All right, we are ready for some farming simulator tonight. Let me get the video turned on. Let's see if that works. Hopefully that does. We are in the game. Audio's turned on. Oh my goodness, it has been a long time since I've been back on this map. Yeah, if you saw the intro information, I guess you know that we are going to be playing on Elm Creek. My most popular series by far, my most popular video by far on my YouTube channel is the Elm Creek start from scratch run. And the funny thing is, it's the one I probably made the most mistakes on. So I guess it's good though, because people learn from it, you know, other people making mistakes. So I made a lot of mistakes, learn from that. All is good from that. But I kind of wanted to give it another try just to see if I've learned anything in that time period to be a bit more efficient, a bit better at doing our farm. And so it's going to be similar in a lot of ways to that other one, but hopefully just better, maybe. Maybe not. We'll find out. But welcome everybody who is either joining now or joining to watch the replay, because obviously this will be going up live as a replay afterwards as well. I know this is pretty late, but this is a good time for me. I might consider shifting this time around if I start doing this more consistently, and I'm hoping I will, but we'll see. Consider this a regular Wednesday thing going forward, and we'll go from there. But, so, speaking of this Elm Creek save, there are basically going to be two things I'm going to do. First off, and some people might have arguments about why this is not a good idea, but I want to prove that I can do this. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to buy this piece of land. This is the starting piece of land we started with on the other save. I think we could be successful with this way quicker than we were in that first one, because I think like I said, I learned a lot about not going into debt and things like that. And the other thing that I have going to do, and this is just for speeding things up a little bit, because obviously playing by yourself, things go very slowly, and on the recordings on the YouTube, you know, recording videos that I do, I usually skip ahead a lot, right? I'll record a bit, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to come back at the end of this field, and I skip ahead. So obviously I can't do that on live stream. So to kind of get around that a little bit and help myself a little bit, I do have, in real life, I have two sons. Truth be told, they probably someday will play this game with me, and it would be a lot of fun. Right now though, they're not quite old enough to be able to understand exactly the details of playing this game. So to get around that, I'm going to introduce two virtual versions of my sons. And what I mean by that is I have a mod that allows me to hire workers for free, and I'm going to limit myself to 2 workers, one for each son. So if at any point I feel like to speed things up a little bit, I want to hire a worker, I'm going to give myself the allowance of 2 free workers, and that's it. No more workers than that. If we do get to a point where our farm is really big and we want to actually have workers, then I'll turn that mod off and we'll just pay for workers. But for now, 2 free workers to kind of represent my virtual sons that do exist in real life, but just aren't quite old enough to play this game yet. They're getting there. They're someday there. So that's what the plan is going to be. It will be a new start. Thank you for those joining. Yes, Tommy St. Pierre, this will be a new start. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit slow at first, obviously, as usual. I mean, that's how Farming Simulator goes. You start off slow, but we are going to hopefully ramp up way quicker than we did in the Let's Play series that you guys have hopefully all watched, and do things maybe a little bit differently, and we'll see where that gets us. Obviously, we are playing a start from scratch run, so things are set on pretty hard mode. We do have a $200,000 loan, which I would like to get rid of, to be perfectly honest, pretty quickly, because I think that loan is going to be the thing that I probably made the biggest mistake of originally. So we'll see how that kind of gets us. I don't remember this building being over here in the original, but I guess it has always been here, because there's a nice little help menu here. What do we have here on this field? I mean, we have sugar beets, which we are never going to use. We have sunflowers, which we are never going to use. And then I think over here is this sorghum that I'm seeing over here? No, what is this? What is this? Oh, canola. Yeah, of course, it's canola. Yeah, I can see all the intertwined vines. I mean, honestly, none of these we're going to use. We're going to start with grass. Grass is just the fastest way to get money and get yourself in a good situation. It's a little bit boring, maybe, and we might do some contracts as well, but we are going to start with grass because it's just better. So we're going to probably mow all this stuff down, clear all this stuff out, put some grass stuff down, and go from there. That's going to be the plan initially. We are obviously in grass season, right? Grass season planting is up until November, and then harvesting is year round. So, well, year round except for obviously the winter breaks. So that's gonna be the plan here. You remove the buildings in your own game. Now there's huge holes. Yes, for whatever reason, and I guess it's because there is a downstairs over here. This building especially, I guess both of them do, have massive holes underneath them once you remove the building. So at some point we will, But if I remove them now, then I'm going to have to fill in those holes, and that costs money. So we're going to try to avoid that for right now. We'll walk around the buildings for right now, and all will be well. Let's see what kind of used equipment we have that we could pick up, maybe. Anything worth anything? I mean, is that a mower? That is a mower. I haven't seen this one yet. I guess this is from the new Hay and Forage pack. That is a special looking mower. We are not going to mow with that. I'm sorry. I mean, I have mowed with a hand mower before, like a walking mower before. I think it was an FS19, but no, this is actually, it could be a workable tractor, except for the fact that it doesn't have a front attachment. I couldn't put a weight on the front, but it doesn't have a front attachment. I mean, we can make this work. It's a $44,000 tractor, which is not bad. Oh, by the way, mods wise, I have turned off all of the special contract mods. I have turned off the special used equipment mods. So this is very close to vanilla. It does have all of the mods from Giants for like new equipment, but other than maybe a few like cosmetic things, I don't think there's anything here that's game changing. Again, other than the free worker mod, which again, I'm only going to use 2 of. So everything else is pretty close to vanilla or what you could get on console, things like that. So I don't think there's anything. If I remember anything, that if I'm forgetting something, then I will bring it up, but I don't think there's anything else that's available. All right, we need to get grass going. And we also need to get some contracts, because contracts is also going to be a huge way that we are going to make some money. Of course, without the contract mod, our contracts are going to be a bit limited. But, I mean, a contract like this is worth a few $1,000s. A contract like this is, you know, not too bad. I really want some grass contracts, though. I mean, maybe I should have left the contract mod turned on, but I was really hoping to kind of get a little bit more of a vanilla type of a game here, kind of to match that first run and not have a lot of extra stuff thrown in. So we'll see how that goes. Start with that. You dare me. Okay, you know what? Why not? Let's start with this dinky little tractor. But again, honestly, I don't mind the tractor. It's 140 horsepower. That's actually not terrible. What's like a good mower that we could get behind that? The thing with this tractor is that we can't put a front mower on it. And you know, I mean, if you've seen any of my other plays, you know that I prefer the front mower with the back mower kind of setup, and just having the back mower is going to be is that one? Is that a front? It looks like a front just based on the shape, but I think that's a back. I mean, I could grab one of the ones that like swings out, which I really hate. I hate those, but we can make that work. And obviously that tractor would be able to pull any of these that swing out, like this little Converland one. It would work. We can make it work. Even this one actually wouldn't. You know what? This one might not be bad, just because I like the fact that it attaches to the tractor instead of being something that swings around behind the tractor. I'm not a big fan of the ones that you have to pull behind like this. This one I can make do with. I could actually make this one work just fine. And that's only $18,000. So, yeah, Precision Farming is turned on. That is correct. That's just one of them, obviously the base mods. Thanks, Xander Smith. I'm good. How are you? Take a tractor from a front with a front and get a baler. No. Provide. Yeah, that would work too. If I wanted to just grab a different tractor. I was thinking about grabbing this one though, but I just think that front, if it had a front, I'd grab this in a heartbeat. I'd pay $44,000 for this little dinky thing. It's cool. But let's get into this. Let's figure out what we're going to grab. I do want to, let's do this first. I'm actually going to repay back a bunch of loan, and I'm going to see what we're left with. We're going to be left with what, $300,000? And then we will, man, this is hard to do this without loans, without contracts as well right now. Because obviously I said I'm forcing myself to buy this land, because that's going to be the hard mode part of this, is buying this land. $156,000. That leaves us $150,000. What kind of tractor can we get for $100,000? That at least has a front attachment. I mean, we don't need anything crazy here. I mean, this little Zito right here, we can make that work. 76 horsepower. We could probably find something that can attach to that. Although not a lot of balers will attach to a 76 horsepower thingamajigger. What size balers are we looking for? What is the dinkiest little baler? This is probably the dinkiest little baler right here, right? Actually, this one is, but this would be this. I've used this Pottinger many times. Is there one like on the far end that's got added in? It is dinkier. I mean, this one's pretty small actually. 120 horsepower. There's oh, that one's small too. What is this? Is this round? This one is round. I haven't used this one before. I might have used this on some contracts. Never mind. I have used that one. $56,000 versus, what do we got? 48. Probably just do the $48,000 one. So we're talking about $48,000 for that. We're talking about, and we would need a, what do we need else? Probably a silage wrap. So when I'm looking for bale wrappers, 48,000 bucks plus 22,000 bucks. So something cheap there, or 16 if we grab the thing that can attach to the back of that go whale. Does it not have? Okay, I thought it would tell me what it attaches to. So we're talking 70,000 bucks, and then what did I say? Mower. If I could grab this one of these cheap mowers, that's 18,000 bucks. That's 90,000 bucks, and we would need some way to haul it. So we would need a trailer. 90,000 bucks, and that would give us. I mean, we could grab a dinky little trailer here. I probably just grab this one on the end though that I like. I like this one a lot. 9,000 bucks. So we're talking about 100,000 bucks right there for just all of the equipment we need to. It doesn't have a windrower though. I mean, we can make do without a windrower if we had to. We can also get a cheap windrower for 5,000 bucks. I want to get started and get something rolling. Yeah, we can make do with one of those really dinky ones. I've never used these before. It'd be interesting to see how bad they are. You'd have to do two rows, right? So we're talking 105,000 bucks, which leaves us with not any money. We could get this tractor. Like I said, we just wouldn't be able to put anything on the front. So we could get this tractor. This would actually work. You know what? Let's go for it. We'll get some silage done, and we'll go for. Oh, we need a seeder. I forgot the seeder. Oh, so I'm missing. Hey, Richard Thomas, thank you for joining. How are you doing? Seeder. I thought we had it made because the math was working out in my head. Are we gonna have to take the tiniest little loan to get a seeder and a cultivator because we have to? Well, actually, probably have to plow. Oh, we can always rent plows because we're only gonna have to use it. Actually, you know what? We can rent the seeder. We only have to use the seeder once. We're gonna do grass. Yes, we can lease the seeder. We can lease the plow, and go on our merry way. All right, let's do it. Enough talk. I've got the plan. We're going to grab this thing because it's kind of awesome looking. I like wide tires because it just feels like it gives me a little bit of better foundation. I mean, we could take the fenders off for save us 2,000 bucks. Who needs fenders? Front weight, probably a good idea to have a front weight. I mean, I don't know if we need something massive. I don't know. We'll grab 450 kilograms. We don't care about the beacon. We don't care about the Pro Compact. We don't care about the GPS. All right. The little dinky tractor that I actually kind of like the looks of because I've never used this one. Done. I sure hope we have enough money left over for all of this. And we're going to grab a plow. We are going to lease a plow. Oh, I don't want to go super small because these super small ones are just annoying. I guess we'll go with this little dinky one. 160 horsepower. Our tractor's 140. It can handle the 160, so this is fine. We will lease this. 800 bucks. That's not bad. What else do we need? We need a seeder, like I said. We only need to do it once. Technically, we could do a seeder from a weeders, right? Some of these do actually seed, but we're probably just... Is there a cheap seeder that we can grab? Usually some of the ones on the very, very far end are the mods that have been added in. Honestly, that weeder probably is the cheapest seeder we can get, isn't it? For grass. Yeah, it is. And I'm not forgetting, right? This does work as a seeder, correct? It says it does. Yeah, I think we could use this as a seeder, right? I'm not making that up. What do we got? You can get a cheap weeder. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, you guys are agreeing with me. So we will lease this one. We only have to do it once. We do need a roll, right, for the grass. We'll worry about the roller later. Let's get it seeded first, and let's get it plowed. Okay, let's go grab our tractor. Let's get this stuff plowed. We've talked enough. Time to get this rolling. I guess I should actually buy the land. Apparently, that's probably important because I don't think you can actually work land that you don't buy. So we're gonna buy this land. Oh, this is probably the worst land on this map because it has so many buildings. But we're gonna do it because I am determined to get this done right. Let me turn down the tractor just a smidge. Yeah, no front loader. Okay, so it is one mod that I use, and it's just for my own sanity. As far as mods that are game changing, and that is the fact that I do use the auto load mod. There is no fun I find in using the forklifts and things like that to move stuff around. Someday I will do lumber, you guys will see a lumber one for me someday, which does mean I have to use those kinds of tools for it probably, but that is not today. So still only have one tractor. I guess I won't be hiring a worker yet, but we'll see. I do have, by the way, I do have in the game, in the vehicles, I do have this little Apache fleet side, which I really like. I've been using that on my Valley Springs run. You guys have been watching that at all? And it is, I really like that one. It's only 20,000 bucks. We probably will pick that one up at some point, and I will be pretty happy with that. All right, goodbye, fields. At some point, we will. Oh, this thing's got a little bit of a get up and go, or not get up and go, a little bit of a delay in going is what I meant to say, as it's shifting gears. We will. This is such a small plow. We will at some point join these fields up. I'm sure, similar to what we did in the first run, but not super urgent to do that right now. Although I can just keep plowing through here and just make long passes here, I suppose. All this beautiful crop, but it would cost us way more money to buy or to lease the equipment to harvest this than we would get off the harvest itself. So it's just not worth it. We're going right into grass. We are going to try to do this debt-free if at all possible. Come on, back it up. There you go. There you go. You got it. So he's got a little bit of delay. Oh, do I not have... You know what? I don't have... what is it? Where is it? In the settings. Where it does the auto row, because I like holding down the button. What's that under? I do have crop destruction turned on, which... I don't care. I don't like field stones. I mean, crop destruction is kind of irrelevant right now, because we're just doing grass. What am I looking for? I'm looking for stop and go. That's what I like. And we'll turn on trailer fuel limit. We'll leave automatic engine start off because I do like to have that happen as I go. All right, that looks all good. All right, let's go. Now I can hold down the button. If I had enough money for another tractor, I'd start bringing, or even the truck, I'd start bringing some stuff over, but don't have enough money for that yet. Oh, there's an auto load for trees as well? Well then maybe I'd never have to use loading things because it's just not a part of the game I find fun. I don't know. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There you go. Let's go. A little bit of a delay. I like the look of this tractor because it is kind of cool and you know, old looking, but it does have a little bit of a delay as it's moving along here. At some point we will need to get lime and stuff, but I think we can get a couple harvests done. Wait, do you lime grass? You do lime grass, right? That's still a thing, right? I'm not making that up. Actually, I don't remember now. Suddenly, I don't do a lot of grass. I just realized I don't actually do a lot of grass. I think it'll tell us if we need to lime it though. Either way, we're not going to do it right away because we are not going to have the money for that, but we will get a... if I line up here, just back up a little bit so I can actually see where I'm going. It helps if we we got to get some crop down. We got to get some bales going and get a little bit of money coming in. And basically, if we go debt free, the good thing about going debt free, it is a little bit slow at the beginning, right? But the good thing about going debt free is that as we get money, we know that we can spend that money on things that make us more money, right? You know, we got enough money to get a new, bigger mower or a new tractor or whatever. Then we know that we are safe to spend that money because we got them, because we're not spending the money on anything else, right? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought lime in the grass and game, but I know that because the grass regrows, I can't remember. Do you just re-lime it like every few cycles or something? I can't remember exactly how it works. I think the last time I did grass, I actually kept rotating the grass, but I would plant it during the off season, and I think I'm doing a bad job of plowing, by the way. I'll have to clean up some plowing stuff later. I think you have to, yeah, I definitely missed a line there. I think you only have to do it once, or maybe, I can't remember if you have to reapply. I'll be honest. It has been a while since I've done consistent long-term grass. I think I missed a long lines. I really, see, this is why, like, plows like this, I really need to, I think my sons would be better at this than I would. And by that, I mean the AI. I think I missed a line down there too. Let me check the map. I'm terrible at this little tiny plow. It's so narrow. Yep, I did miss some over there. I'll get better. Maybe I should have just gotten a bigger plow. Would have only been a couple $100 more. No, the reason I got this one is because the tractor can't handle the big ones. I'll just overlap a little bit more. Volvo. Is this from the lumber expansion? I know there's a lot of Volvo equipment in that. Oh, come on. Wow, what is the delay? Come on, you got it. You got it. Let's go. You got it. What is it doing? Like, it's going strong, and then it just kind of like, you know what? I feel like going down to lower gears all of a sudden. Why is it lowering gears so inconsistently? I'm not hitting the gear button. I've got it on automatic. I really need to learn how to draw straight lines. Actually, you know what will help me? I said the, crop destruction won't matter, but for this particularly, it actually would help me to see where I've missed better. Because as I run over it and destroy the crops, it goes away. But then it's harder for me to see the where I've missed. So I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off crop destruction for now, just so I can at least see that. I mean, I can see it now, obviously, because I'm looking at the line, but as I'm driving over, it's a little harder to see what I've missed. Wow, this tractor is... Oh, I guess I do have the plow still down. I forgot to lift it. But still, it's struggling. So, okay, so here's the question. I get the whole idea of rotating the plow. For me personally, I would like the plow to be on the inside of the tractor so that I'm driving down, my tractor line is driving down the line. But is that actually how it's supposed to work? Because I know the direction in real life does matter because you want to till the soil in the correct direction. For me, like for right now, what I would want to do is drive my tractor down this line, rotate the plow so it's on the inside, but because for me in the game it just is easier for me to follow this line, right? But I don't know if that's actually how it's going to work in real life, because I mean that's tilling the soil to the, what is it, to the left, I guess? Is that I don't remember how it actually would work in real life, I guess is what I'm getting at. But if I just kind of overload my tires just a little bit off the left hand side here, then I should be drawing a good line here. Yeah, I mean that's easy, right there. So yeah, that is good advice, and that does work. I just don't know if that's actually how it would rotate in real life or not. I can't remember which way it tilts in real life, because I think there is a difference in how you do that. I think I've mentioned this before, but I so wish my grandfather was still alive so I could ask him all sorts of questions. I mean, it would be a little bit weird asking my grandfather questions because of things I've learned in a video game, but it still would just be fun to, like, you know, get advice from him about how he actually does things and then match that up with what we do in the game. I don't know. I don't want to say that I have regrets, because I don't try to live like that. I don't try to live regrets necessarily, but I never asked him about his farming when he was alive, because it just wasn't, you know, it was just not anything that was interesting to me at the time. And so now that I'm actually interested, it's just a shame, you know, that he's not around for me to ask. You know, it'd be cool. I think it doesn't matter in game. You're right. You could rotate however you want. You could draw lines diagonally, and it's still gonna plow the field just fine. I'm just kind of curious about how real life it would actually work. On the one hand, this will, I mean, it's a slow start. This particular piece of land is just not a lot of field. It is a slow start, but I firmly believe that if we do not go into debt, or if we at least limit our debt as much as humanly possible, that we will have a much faster start than the original save from 2 years ago. It has been almost 2 years since that save went live, which is crazy to think about. That this game has been out for already 2 years. Or coming up on 2 years, I should say. I do have to buy seed, so I have to remember make sure I have enough money for that. I think we're going to be fine on money. It's going to be really tight. And we don't have to buy like the baler and stuff like that right away. We have a little bit of time to buy that. So it's possible we could get a contract or two in that'll give us just a little bit of cushion of money. And worst comes to worst, you know, we lease, you know, a piece of equipment just to get us enough money to buy the equipment later. Oh, you just got done installing on PS5? Nice. I have not played it on the console. I think I mentioned, I was mentioning something. I was doing a different video for a different game, but I do have the Xbox Game Pass, which obviously you can play on PC or Xbox if you have the Ultimate or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, I have the Xbox Game Pass, and this game is on Game Pass. I have not tried this game on a console yet, although I do, for those that don't know, use a controller. I just prefer the controller to drive around with. So I'm sure I could play it on a console just fine. I just never tried because I have the computer one already. Yes, I will use, I will link the two fields. In fact, now that since I've got the plow already leased, maybe I will go ahead and link them. Normally I wouldn't bother with it because it's not that urgent to get it done right away, but I don't want to have to release the plow again. So I might as well link them while I've got the plow. We'll probably do that after I get everything cleared off so I can just see the ground better. But might as well. I mean, it's not a lot, but it will make things more convenient, and it is, you know, it's a little bit extra yield, so might as well. Yeah, I like controllers a lot. Yeah, I mean, I've tried the steering wheel. I actually have a Logitech, whatever it is, you know, fancy steering wheel behind me. I mean, not like super fancy, obviously, but I have the Logitech, like, racing wheel behind me that I tried, but and the steering part of it was great. The actual steering part is amazing with the steering wheel, like driving down the road, driving stuff around. It's great. I just couldn't get used to the buttons that I needed to push to actually use my equipment, you know, like lower the plow and things like that. I'm just so used to all the different controller buttons that I just couldn't get used to it, so I just stopped using it. I use it for racing games, and that's about it right now. I like the controller. And I do have the, whatever it is, the Xbox Elite Series 2, like the really nice customizable controller. I'm like, if I'm going to be spending hours upon hours playing this farming game, I might as well make my hands comfortable. Come on. I'm literally just holding down the button. What are you, like... Why are you having so much trouble? I mean, I get that this thing needs repairs, but I don't think repairs are going to have anything to do with the shifting issues. I mean, I guess I could just start shifting manually, but... Yes, Richard, I might... it would be nice to shoot towards cakes again. It would. And the reason the cakes are so appealing to me is because the cakes need so many different things that it gives you a huge variety of gameplay, right? You're gonna have to do greenhouses, right, for strawberries. You've got to do cows for the milk. You've got to do chickens for the eggs. Obviously, we've got to do wheat at some point, or, you know, barley, whatever. You know, not barley, but yeah, barley. sorry, or sorghum or something like that. We got to do some sort of grain. So there's so many different things that go into the cakes that's where I find the appeal, is all the different components that can kind of go into it, which is really cool. So there's a possibility we'll go for cakes again. It really depends on how long it takes us to get there. Again, I think we'll get there a lot faster this time around by not going into debt. But I don't know what that's going to look like. So we'll see. No, I agree. Like, it's repetitive. You're right. And it's just, I love this game. I really do. I've played this game many hours, and not more than you guys have seen, because I actually have a multiplayer map with a buddy of mine that we've played since, I can't remember if we played since FS17 or whatever. We've been playing for several years. And every time the new one comes out, we will play this game like 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, and have this, like, we'll start with nothing, right? And we'll have massive farm by the time we're done, where it's like stupid mode at that point, where you're just like, all right, yeah, okay, $1 million a day, a couple $1 million a day, whatever. It's no big deal. You know, we just do so much. We do all the terraforming and stuff like that to make the farm look exactly how we want. In fact, I think our most recent farm on this map, we had this entire section over here, all of this. And I think we even bought this over here as well, just because we were running out of space. And we just had so much stuff. And we just had all the things we wanted. We had huge cow pens. We like the open pasture cow pens, where we can just like take 2 cow pastures, put them together, and just not have a fence between them, and just kind of put our own fence around it so it looks like one giant one. I mean, it was just a lot of fun, right? This game is, I would say this game probably is more fun in multiplayer, because it's just, there's so much stuff to do. And when you're multiplayer, you know, one person could be driving beside the harvester, you know, filling up the grain while you're, you know, running the harvester itself and things like that. Or they could be doing, you know, another field, or they could be taking care of the animals while you're, you know, seeding and things like that. So there's, I know in theory, or I guess in actual fact, it is only twice the amount of work going into it. Like, you have 2 people, that's twice the amount of work, but it feels like there's 4 people working on it compared to one you're doing by yourself. Like, I don't know why, it's just so much more efficient, just even having one person helping you. Yeah, I mean, I don't usually have that much land when I'm playing by myself, but when you're playing with somebody else, you just get to a point where you're just like, you know what are we going to do now? Okay, let's go buy that giant piece of land and try something else. Let's go try, like, I think we started with like one animal, and then we completely switched over to a different animal after a while, and then at some point we decided to try the biogas plant. We would just try all sorts of different stuff. It's a lot of fun. I like how I'm somehow offset by an entire plow width based on what I'm doing here. Like, how did that happen? I will say it is easier to run up the line of sunflowers, because it literally is a line. Canola's a little bit more chaotic. Come on, you got it. What are you doing? Let's go. Tractor with a mind of its own. What's the best way to start a farm? I mean, if you're really just brand new to the game, don't do start from scratch, I would say, honestly. And not because the starting money. The starting money is not the point. The part of start from scratch is hard. The part of start from scratch is hard is the fact that what you sell is worth so much less. I would say, honestly, starting normal. I think easy is probably a little too easy. I think if you start in the middle one, whatever that one is, farm manager or farm, whatever it is, that one's a pretty good place to be, because you get a good return on the money that you get back. But, I mean, the big thing is just start simple crops, I would say, personally. I mean, can you go for potatoes or sugar beets right away? Sure. But I personally think the sugar beets and potato equipment that is worth anything is worth a lot. If you go for this tiny sugar beet and potato equipment, that just attaches to the back of a tractor, it's just so slow, in my opinion. I don't personally like it. So I would say just start with something small and simple, and Like grains. Grains is a good place to start because, especially if you're on normal, because it you just need a harvester and a couple pieces of equipment to take care of it. So it's real easy to take care of. Grass is the most profitable, probably. Well, again, sugar beets are extremely profitable if you have the time to do the entire field and have a big enough field. But grass is very profitable and very easy to take care of. You only have to seed it once, and then you can kind of just keep doing that thing. But some people don't actually like grass because grass, in a way, it feels like a cheat. And I don't, because it is so easy that it kind of feels a little bit like, all right, yeah, sure, silage is always going to be the thing to do if you want to just make money fast. Some people prefer to just get right into stuff. What I actually like to do, I actually like picking an animal. I like animals. And the reason I like animals is because animals all need different things. And so you pick, pigs I did most recently. But if you pick, like, I don't know, cows, you need, a little bit of everything for cows to kind of help feed them and stuff like that. I think picking animals and taking care of them is a lot of fun because I personally like the variety. I don't want to just do the same thing all the time. I like the variety of different crops and different things like that. But animals can be, very time consuming and take a lot. So bees are easy mode for sure. Bees are a good way to just set it and forget it. I will give you that. Soybeans are a very good profitable crop for sure. Yep. Like soybeans. I mean, a game like this though, it's a simulation game, obviously. I mean, that's literally in the name. And so the whole point is pick a story that you want to tell, Like what is it you're trying to do? I really liked the one where I did my grandfather tribute run because my story was I'm only going to do crops that my grandfather did and use John Deere equipment because I know he used that and things like that. So that was a lot of fun and that was a story and there was a purpose and a goal behind it. For this one, if we do decide to go for cakes, well, I have a goal. My goal is to get up to the point of having cakes. And part of my story of doing the save differently than the Let's Play from 2 years ago is try not to go into debt. I went into a lot of debt in that one, got myself in a lot of trouble, which is very realistic, right? If you in real life get into a lot of debt, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, right? Interest is the bane of everyone who has debt's existence, right? That is very realistic. And so I definitely got into a lot of debt early on and definitely it was hard. And it made that whole run a lot harder. Whereas if I don't go into debt in this one much, if at all, then this run ultimately will be faster. It'll be a slower start at the beginning because I have to start with smaller equipment, but it'll be a faster run because I won't have to be basically paying interest for the rest of my life. You're a multimillionaire and you want to own you know what? That would be actually fun. Like, have enough money to just buy literally everything on the map. Every building on the map or whatever. One of the multiplayer runs I did, like I said, with my friend, this was in FS19. We got to the point in our multiplayer game where every month we were buying one of the biggest wind towers. And our goal was to make enough money off those giant wind towers so that the wind towers could just buy themselves. In other words, we didn't have to do any farming, and the wind tower money, the income from the wind towers would literally just have enough to buy another wind tower the next month or something like that. We got stupid on that game. We ran out of things to do, so we just kind of made up things to do. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Buy the map challenge. It's a big challenge, obviously. And depending on how you do it, you've got to find a way to have fun with it. Like I said, could you do it the fastest if all you did was put grass on literally every map or every field in the map? Probably. But is that really the most fun? I don't know. I mean, again, I like variety personally, but to each their own, I suppose. Even doing it just with grass, though, with silage, would still, I guess, I keep saying grass. I can't remember in this new version. I know in FS19, the silage that you wanted to do, I'm just going to run this down just in case I missed some. In FS19, corn was really good silage, right? You do the corn, you do all the harvesting, and then you would drop it off at the biogas plant. I think I saw a YouTube video that said that grass actually is still better because it's year-round in this particular version of the game. So I think grass is still the best one, but if you want to do corn just to change things up, it is also very efficient. All right, let's go ahead and join these up, I guess. All right, I'm going to try to not be too OCD here. I'm not normally an OCD person, but when I'm drawing lines on these fields, if I get out of line, it will bug me. I promise you it will bug me for the rest of the game. But I will try to ignore that and just move on with my life, because it's got to be, nothing has to be perfect. Fields are not perfect. They are what they are. Come on. Come on. That's a pretty good line, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. I did that all right. We'll just draw each end. Oh, there's one little piece of grass layered over it. That's going to bug me, but that's all right. We'll just do each side, and then we'll do the middle. Yes, just silage would get boring quickly. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, just doing silage does get boring quickly. That's not too bad. I think I did that all right. I mean, a little tiny spot there, but I'm going to pretend that it doesn't exist because, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, even though it's going to bug me. Oh, I didn't quite get over in time. There we go. I'm just getting another little width here so I can start going the other direction. Oh, I missed it a little bit. Come on. You can do it. All right, there we go. I actually like cotton a lot. I really do. I mean, it's so expensive to get into cotton. But the whole idea of the big giant bales is just kind of cool to me. I don't know why. I just like it. Oh, I missed a spot. Come back here. I will say that the addition of the production facilities in this version of the game is in my opinion one of the best things they've done. I really love the idea of the production facilities. I wish there were more. I'm hoping at some point there would be more because I think they're a lot of fun. But that's because I like goals, right? Production facilities give you a target and a goal, and that's what I think is so fun about them. You know, what crops am I going to do? I don't know. Well, what if I want to make cereal? All right. Well, now I have a goal. I know what crops to put in my cereal, you know, or, you know, I got to do grapes for raisins, things like that. Although, even though I have talked many times over how much I hate raisins in my cereal. But, you know, it's one of those things. And like I said, the cakes. We've already talked about the cakes. The cakes is, I think, one of the most complicated production things in the game. And, if not the most. And, there's a lot of good stuff that goes into it. I wish there were more chained productions, I guess is the best way to put it. I like the idea of having to make flour and to go into the cakes and things like that, but I wish there was more layers of that where I had to go make oil for something and all these other things and just kind of put all these things together. I think that would be fun. And I know you can make your own. Like there's plenty of mods probably that do stuff. But there we go. All right, so that's one field. We'll go do the little tiny field over here real quick. And we'll be done. Let me limit the fields again. Grapes are fun. I guess I would agree to disagree because I don't like grapes. But if you've seen my grape run, it is not my favorite. But that's all right. No, I like the idea of grapes. It's just oh, I need to rotate the plow. I just don't like the I don't know. Some of the equipment just doesn't work that well. And I think for me, and I've talked about this before, if you've watched my, what is it, Baleron or whatever the name of that map is, if you watch that run at all, it actually gives me a headache trying to stay on the line for the grapes. And I can't explain it. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to focus on that line right down the middle of the grapevines. It gives me a headache. So I think that's part of my big problem is that it's just not as easy to to do for me personally, because of, I guess, my own personal limitations. Although they have some new equipment coming out, or did they already come out? I can't remember. I know there's some new stuff for grapes that I saw on the website, and I can't remember if it's already out or not, because, again, I don't really do grapes, but I know it's either already out or coming out with the expansion, or the DLC, whatever. And so that might make a difference, because I think there's some bigger equipment, which is one thing. If you get bigger equipment that can do more rows at a time, in my opinion, that would definitely make it a lot easier. Bread is very easy. You're 100% correct. I mean, flour. Literally all it is. Flour. Bread is great. You know what I would like... And I actually don't know... Do you farm peanuts with giant equipment like this? Surely you do, right? Of course you do, right? And obviously, no, I know peanuts isn't in the game right now, but I would like peanuts so I can make peanut butter, because... You know, if I'm going to have bread, I want some peanut butter for my bread, you know? And then we can make grape jelly or strawberry jelly or whatever you like for peanut butter jelly sandwiches. That would be fun. What's coming out in the expansion? Carrots, right? Is that what I saw? And I think there's something else, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. But I think I saw carrots was coming out in the expansion coming up here very, very soon. Yeah, no AI for grapes, for sure. That's part of the problem, for me at least. Not that I don't mind doing it myself, but every once in a while I'm just like, you know what? I want to get an AI to finish this. I started the field. Let me just get an AI to finish it so I can kind of, I don't know, get up, walk around for a minute, come back to it later. And the fact that I can't do that is also, I guess, part of my annoyance. Yeah, peanuts would be fun, I think. I think it'd be cool. You're so bad at plows, though. Use the 4mm red subsoiler instead. Yes. And you know what? I actually think I did leave on the mod that allows me to use cultivators for plowing. Or for creating fields for sure. I can't remember if I use it for plowing. No, I think it's just for creating fields. But I get what your point. The subsoiler, for this crop, actually, you know what? I know for some crops subsoilers work, but for some other crops you have to plow. Let me see. Was this field needed plowing? I probably could have avoided the plowing, but I just figured the plowing would just be make sure we got it done for sure. Actually, this field probably didn't need plowing, but that's okay. We'll have the plowing done. We do have periodic plowing turned on. So, I mean, getting a plowing done is not the end of the world. I know for sure the plowing will work. Sometimes the subsoilers do work. So I guess that's the way I looked at it. I think for sunflowers, I mean, corn you have to plow, don't you? I can't remember for sunflowers if you do or not. That's part of the reason why I grabbed it, because I knew the sunflowers were over there. It's alright. We're almost done now. Can subsoilers replace plows for the root crops, like and things like that? They need plowing. Do they 100% replace plows? Because honestly, I thought they were a little bit different. I have a, let me see. I had a screen pulled up at one point where I saved all the different things that plows and subsoilers did differently from each other. Because I know plows, I'm going to say it wrong probably. Plows remove weeds, and let me see. Do I have that still saved somewhere? Don't remember if I have it saved. I'm not going to play around with the buttons just in case I don't have it saved anymore. I know different ones do different things related to the weeds and the field stones, and I just don't remember off the top of my head. I had screenshots of everything pulled up at one point. Okay, well then I could use a subsoiler. That's all right. Actually, was the subsoiler cheaper? Same price? Would have been just the same. All right, that's fine. No big deal. I don't know why in my head I thought, well, okay, I know what it was. If you don't have the mod, you cannot create fields with a subsoiler. That part's the correct part, right? I am saying that part right. But the other stuff, they can do the same, right? But I do happen to have the mod, so I could have used the subsoiler and still created the field. So I guess I could have done that route. That's right. Or am I making that part up as well? I'm pretty sure there is at least one difference between subsoilers and plows, and I'm just maybe forgetting what it is. We're only going to need to use this once, so for now, we're almost done with the plow anyway. Maybe it would have been faster with the subsoiler. Although, I mean, what's the width here? We are at what? This one is 2.5 meters, and the subsoiler we would have gotten would have been probably this red one. Yeah, yeah, it would have gone a lot faster. That's all right. Can't undo it now. No point in changing it now. All right, almost done here. Yeah, that's a good point. I definitely should have done the subsoiler, but oh well. I appreciate that, Elijah. That's I really appreciate that. Thank you. I love all you guys do. I'll be honest, I'm not going to lie. I was a bit nervous about live streaming. I really was. I tried it a few years ago with Civilization, and this is way back before. Obviously, I've gained quite a few subs since then. And that's which is nice. But and it went all right. I mean, it's different, but I just didn't really feel like, I don't know. I didn't keep going. Part of the reason why live streaming is a little bit harder is because, and I've talked about this before, is because with recordings, I can do those anytime, right? I can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and knock out a couple of recordings if I really felt like it. Whereas live streaming, you got to kind of stick to a consistent schedule for it to be, worth anything. So it's been a little bit harder. Thankfully, my kids are a bit older now, so I can ignore them a bit more often. And I don't mean it that way. I'm just kidding. But I can, with my kids being older, I can actually, find time for them at other times and then be like, okay, I'll schedule live streams around, times when I would do stuff with my kids. For example, tomorrow night, I'm going to be, right now I'm going through all the Marvel movies with my daughters. They're just old enough that I feel like they can understand the slightly more adult parts of the Marvel movies. There's not a lot, obviously. They're PG-13 movies, but my daughters are just at the age where it's starting to make a little bit more sense to them. So we're going through all the Marvel movies. I think we are up to which one are we up to? I'm trying to remember. I think we just finished one of the Spider-Mans. I can't remember which one. I'll have to look at it. But we're gonna be watching that tomorrow night, which is nice that I can find time to spend time with my kids, but also still find time to do stuff like this, which is now that they're a little bit older, it's a little bit easier for me to kind of work around their kind of more of a schedule with my kids, which sounds weird to have a schedule with your kids, but when they're younger, they kind of just need stuff all the time. But when they're older, they've got their own lives, and they're going to be doing things with their friends or whatever, and we can kind of just, I think scheduling time with them makes, there's nothing wrong with that. You never understood how sugar beets work. I mean, you mean like planting and all that stuff, or just in general? I mean, obviously you've got the equipment that you've got to get for sugar beets. You have to have the thing that tops them, and then you have to have the thing that obviously pulls up the sugar beets themselves. There are components for the tractor itself that can do that. Obviously, a little thing that puts on the front to top them, and then a little thing that you pull behind it to lift them up out of the ground. I hate that thing. It is so small. It's like the most narrow piece of equipment that you can find. So obviously, I actually don't do sugar beets unless I can just get the big equipment. It's just not. It's not enjoyable for me. And even the big equipment's still relatively slow. It just goes, so what, 4 meters wide or 6 meters wide, whatever. It's still pretty slow. But you get a lot of volume from sugar beets. Sugar beets are worth a lot of there's just a lot to them, I should say. And obviously, if you turn them into sugar, take the sugar beets and put them into sugar, it is worth a lot of money. You can get a stupid amount of money from sugar beets, especially off a really big field. All right, all the plowing's done. Should have done subsoiler. Lesson learned. See, even now, even 2 years later, I'm still learning things. And that's partly because I just don't plow very often, I'll be honest. Usually don't have to plow very often in a normal crop, so I just got to forget what can plow, because it's not a very common thing. What am I saying? You know what? Oh my goodness, I'm a dummy. I use this subsoiler. Like this one right here is the subsoiler that I've used for plowing on the pig run. Oh my, okay, that's just me forgetting, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm like, I never use a plow. What am I doing? I've literally used that subsoiler on my most recent run that required plowing. Oh goodness, I'll be all right. All right, can't remember anything else we need to do to prep before before seeding. Like these are good to go, right? Plowed. Yeah, we're good to go. So we just need to get this and we need to get some seed. Thankfully, this thing is pretty nice and wide, so it'll work for us. I do need to repair this tractor, but I don't know that we can afford it, so we're going to hold off a little bit longer. Let's get us some seed bags. The big bags are still the cheapest, right? Right, 900 bucks for 1,000 liters. 800 bucks for 1,000 liters. Yeah, okay. So we'll grab the seed. Can this thing fertilize too? No, okay. Just making sure. I don't think we need to fertilize. I mean, it is good, I believe, but I don't think it's required to at least start making a little bit of money here. I think we can add fertilizer on later if we need to. I just need to get it growing. I just need to get it going so we can get at least one batch, whether it's fertilized, limed, and all that stuff or not. One batch of grass turned into silage is worth a good chunk of money. So that's really all we need, is just get one batch, and then we can start figuring out what else we need to polish off and make things better. 6 meters wide, the biggest. Yeah, that's. I hate plows. I don't know why I got a plow. I'll be honest. I really have no idea. Again, because I have the mod that allows me to create fields with subsoilers, there's literally no reason to have the plow. I do want to try out, and I'm hoping we can get there. I would like to try out these things on the end. These pieces of equipment. I've talked about it in my Baling spring run. I've never seen these before. I've never used those. I'd like to try out, see what they kind of see how they work. They look kind of interesting to me. Am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something. So when this thing doesn't actually start planting, I'm going to probably laugh at myself, but I can't remember what I'm forgetting. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? I don't know. We are doing grass. Yep. I forgot this can do canola too. That's cool. Lower, turn on. Nope, it's working. Okay. We're not forgetting anything. Yay! I don't know why I felt like it. I just feel like there's like something that I'm forgetting. It's actually a pretty nice little grass planter, honestly. In fact, this might even this probably is better than most of the normal seeders. It's not until you get to the really big ones that you gain any efficiency, I would say. That when I own all the map, I'll have enough. Probably true. Could sell these buildings. Do they sell for any amount? I can't remember. Or do they just sell for like $1 or something? I actually don't remember. But I'm not going to bother selling them until I can fill in the holes, because it's just going to annoy me. So we'll just deal with them for now. Technically, I can make this, you know, I should have done with the plow. I could have made this a little bit wider over there. Added like another couple meters of width closer to the road, but it's all right. Really just need to get this down and get something rolling. I mean, this tractor's not the most amazing, but it's working. It's getting it done. I actually like, let me get you going on a straight line here, my friend. I actually like this tractor. Where is it? I like this tractor for some reason. I don't know, I like the way it looks. I've used that one before. First time playing, you started spent a lot of money on filling your 2,400 liters of seeds and never refilled. Yeah, okay, yeah. I will say that the addition of the ability to create your own seed is actually kind of nice. Because I was able to fill up a little silo on, what was it, which run did I do that on? Was it on my original start from scratch Elm Creek, or was it something else? I can't remember exactly. But where I was able to fill up the silo and just use that wheat or whatever it was to make seed for a long period of time. Now, I will say, it doesn't make a lot of sense that wheat could turn into grass seed, obviously. A little bit of imagination there, so I get that the idea that maybe it would be better if it was like you can only make seed for the crop that you're actually put into it, but it's kind of a little cool little deal. Well, thanks for joining, Elijah. Obviously, you can see the replay. It'll be up as soon as this is done. The replay will be live on YouTube, so you can watch the rest of it. But I do appreciate you joining for as long as you could. And I will be back again next Wednesday, for sure. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to continue doing. All right, so here's a random question for those of you that are still around. Obviously, Twitch is huge for streaming, right? I mean, that's logical. If you think streaming, you're probably thinking Twitch first. But I've already got the fan base on YouTube, right? So that's the reason why I'm streaming on YouTube. But, I mean, what are you guys' opinions? Do you normally watch on Twitch? Does it not matter? Do you just watch wherever the person you're watching goes? Or what kind of... I'm just kind of curious what y'all's thoughts are. Like, I personally probably would just watch wherever they're at. I don't care if it's Twitch or YouTube. It's a stream. It's whatever. But I get the idea that if you're looking for streams and you're not familiar with somebody, you might be discovered more on Twitch because people are just there looking for streamers in the first place. But again, I've already got the following on YouTube, so it's just kind of like start here, you know. Oh, you just look at play. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about, trying to decide if I should continue doing it on YouTube since I'm already here, you know, or if there's a reason to start building up. Because again, you have to start with the whole affiliate thing, and I have to like work my way up to like, I don't know. You have to record. I'm assuming it still works this way. I know I have a buddy who made affiliate, and it was years ago though, and he was talking through all the whole process of how a little bit of a painful process early on before you can actually start monetizing and things like that. Yeah, you watch more. And I might switch to Twitch. I mean, the one thing about Twitch is I would have double the chance of an audience, I would guess, right? Because I would already have people discovering me on YouTube because of the recordings, but then I would also have people discover me on Twitch who are just more on Twitch, you know? So I think there could be value in exploring the Twitch side of things. Can you do both? Can you... I thought there was a rule where you couldn't monetize both at the same time. I know that I can hook up in the software to stream to both at the same time. I just didn't know if you could monetize both at the same time. Okay, you can't stream on both now. Okay. See, I thought there was a period of time where there wasn't, and maybe, like I said, maybe it's just the last time I looked, which was years ago. So maybe I will consider that then. Maybe just streaming on both would be fine. I will take a look at that. That does sound like a really great idea. I mean, I know I've seen like Civilization when they've announced like when they've done like developer live streams, they stream on both, but they don't care about the monetization, right? Like they're just streaming on both because they're trying to get the marketing. I just didn't know if you could actually literally be an affiliate and stream on YouTube at the same time or not. They just changed it. Wow, really? Okay, well then I will absolutely look into that then, because I think that would be a good way to get a little bit more exposure overall. I actually like this little seeder. This is actually quite nice. I mean, I know it's normally a weeder, but this actually works really well. I like this. Wonder what the value is for Twitch to change that then. Like what's... I mean, I guess they still get the views, right? So if somebody is normally a YouTube streamer and they've allowed them to be able to monetize, you know, Twitch while also being a YouTube streamer, then I guess they just get more... There's more of a chance of them getting something at least, right? I guess that's the value. They still get something. They may not get as much as if they were an exclusive Twitch streamer, but they still get something because that person's still going to get views on Twitch that they would not normally get, you know, on YouTube. I guess that makes sense. All right, thanks, Tommy. Yeah, again, the recording will be up after this, so you can definitely rewatch, you know, whatever you've missed. But I do appreciate you joining, and thanks for all the contribution and the advice. And next time I'll get a subsoiler. I know this is very late for some people. I might need to shift this to a slightly earlier time at some point, but for right now, this is like my convenient time. If this becomes more of a popular thing that actually is going to happen more regularly, then I think I will probably shift it ahead a couple hours. It's just, for right now, I know I could be consistent at this time because my kids are in bed. You know what I mean? Like, my kids just went to bed a few minutes ago, so I could stay up late and do this, you know, now. But, so I knew I was going to be able to get the consistency down. But if it becomes actually a thing, then absolutely, I will try to shift it to an early time so more people can join. The new streaming platform, Kick, got one of the biggest female streamers to go to them. Oh, yeah, okay. I have seen a lot of people go into other platforms, right? They basically, the way they go to the other platforms, they get paid like stupid amounts of money to just basically be the star attraction, right? So that does happen quite a bit. I've seen that happen a few times. I personally don't watch a lot of Twitch, I'll be honest. There's a few select people that I watch on Twitch, but I don't just sit there and watch Twitch all the time. I'm more of a YouTube person just because, I don't know, just the people I like to watch tend to do YouTube stuff, but I definitely see the value in Twitch. I've actually never looked at Kick, though. I've never even checked it out, so I should check that out at some point. And doesn't Facebook have... Not Facebook, yeah, Facebook. Doesn't it have a streaming or something like that? I don't remember. I know there's a couple others out there that are floating around, but, you know, the two big ones are obviously Twitch and YouTube, so... Why am I driving this all the way back? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I need to pick up another piece of equipment, I guess. So we got everything planted. What's next? Grow it? Just fast forward and grow? I think that's all that we got to do, right? I guess I can unload the... On the off chance that I actually care about this stuff, I guess I can unload this off to the side over here. It's all 45 liters of seed there. Yeah, I guess planting. I mean, I could fertilize. I just don't think we need to. I think we just need to get a batch in. It's going to be fine, and then we can worry about fertilization later. Because again, right now we're at 97,000 bucks, and we still got to buy the... Definitely have to buy the baler, the silage wrapper, and a trailer. Hopefully a windrower as well, but we could probably get by without the windrower if we absolutely had to. Also never used this baler. It's kind of an interesting little gadget. Maybe we'll get to this at some point. I mean, is this any faster? Any better? Probably not, because it doesn't have the silage wrapper on the back. Yeah, okay, so Facebook as well. Okay, I thought it was Facebook as well. I couldn't remember. I don't think I would ever think to go to Facebook to watch somebody play a video game. I'll be honest with you. I get that they wanted to get into it, and didn't they get some really big names when they first started? I can't remember the guy's name that used to do Fortnite and all that stuff all the time. I never watched him, but I knew that he was a big streamer. Didn't they got a couple big ones, I know, but again, I would just never go to a Facebook to watch video games stuff. That's not something I think about. All right, I guess we don't need to buy anything right now. We just need to fast forward and make some money. I just realized I've been on game speed 0.5 this entire time. I apologize. I only did that because I loaded up the game before the stream started, and I didn't want it to be like halfway through the day before the stream started, but I forgot I left it there. Let's just fast forward, I guess. Grass is planted. There's nothing else for us to do. Let's see. Let me look at what I'm looking for. There we go. Look at the grass, make sure everything looks good. It is growing. What does it take? 3 months for grass to grow? I don't remember actually, suddenly. But that's all right. Let's go ahead and fast forward. I do have fast forward or sleep anywhere, just because why not? I don't think I need to run all the way back to a house just to sleep. Oh, goodness. This game's a lot of fun. It really is. And actually, I avoided streaming this game because I actually was afraid that it would be like too slow and monotonous. But honestly, while I'm sitting here doing monotonous stuff, I could talk to you guys, which is actually a lot of fun. So, yeah, this is actually a really good game to stream with now that I think about it. I hadn't thought about that before. Yeah, so we got growing still. So we will, is there anything, I mean, I guess I could check for used equipment every month. Ooh. And it's a wrapper. And it's 140 horsepower. I mean, it only goes to 150 centimeters, but that's I think that's normal for wrappers, right? That's like, right, that's perfect, right? Am I not wrong that is about as cheap as we're going to get one, right? With a wrapper? Yeah, it's the same price as the one I was going to get. Okay, yeah, 100%. Nice. Am I, like, is this too good to be true? Am I missing something about this amazing thing? With bale turner. We don't need the bale turner because this is a flat field. On my Valley Spring ones, I need the bale turner because everything just starts rolling away. But on this map, it should be fine. Do I want to change the foil color? Let's go blue. Blue's kind of almost borderline channel colors. No, this is perfect. We'll definitely buy this now because we don't want it to go away from us. And I love this mower. It's so good. No, I'm never going to use that though. All right, so good. I'm glad we checked. Any contracts we want to consider? Oh, there's a baling contract. Yeah. Which field is this? 18. I know there's some of the fields that are really annoying. 18's up here, isn't it? That was not a lot. That one actually is on a hill, so that one actually does need the bale wrapper. But 10,000 bucks right now would make a lot of big difference for us. I feel like we've got to do those baling contracts when they come up, especially the silage ones. Oh, this is a tedder. That's a $9,000 tedding one. No, I think we still got to do this. Wow, that's a cultivating one. Goodness. That's a big old giant cultivator. No, but I think we've got to do at least these up here. I don't know if I care too much about some of the other ones because, yeah, whatever. But I think we've at least got to do this one. So we are going to borrow items, though. It's going to cost us a little bit of money, but it's going to give us 9,000 bucks. That's going to give us a little more of a cushion to make sure we can get what we want. Yeah, I think this is fine. So let's get this done. Not that. We can use this fancy tractor. Matt, look how big that thing is. I love how big balers are. They're so giant. And that said 140 horsepower. I'm starting to wonder if that's actually going to fit on the front of or the back of that tractor now. I don't want to do a lot of contracts, but I mean, we got to do some every once in a while that come up. I guess one good thing is we do have 2 tractors now, so I can get this one up here, get one of my sons to help me with this. For those that missed that part, I do have 2 sons in real life, and so I have told myself that I'm going to allow myself to have I keep trying to drive on the left-hand side of the road because of Baling Spring. Anyway, I told myself I'm going to allow myself 2 workers on this run-through to represent my 2 sons. So I might get one of my sons started on this thing and then go back and get the tractor. Oh, look at the deer we just ran over. So dangerous. Start them young. Absolutely. Actually, my mom, again, my grandfather was the one that I talk about all the time that was a farmer. My mom, he had 2 daughters, right? So my mom and my aunt, that's it. He had no sons, just 2 daughters. And she was driving a tractor on the fields at 12 years old, I think. I mean, yeah, absolutely started them young. I mean, obviously, what are you going to hit out in the middle of a field, right? It's not like the most dangerous thing. You're in a big giant tractor and there's not much you can like run into, but she was driving tractors, stuff like that, real early age. Now, of course, this was what, 40, 50 years ago, I guess. More than that. What am I saying? No, that's probably all right. My mom's not that old. So obviously there is people used to do a lot more things back then than they do now. People are very protective of children these days. Probably a little too protective sometimes. All right, we're gonna get the worker started here so I can go get the rest of the stuff. And in case you're wondering, I am not paying for a worker because I have a mod that allows me to not have to pay for them. Again, to represent virtually my boys who I would not pay. They would get paid in video games, which are way cheaper than worker wages, and they would still be happy. So it's all good. Traffic AI needs to rework. I agree that traffic AI needs to rework. I also wish there was more AI in general. And by that I mean, and I think people have mentioned this before on comments, I wish that you could see people driving on their own fields, right? Other farmers working their fields. That would be amazing. I get that it would be a very low value addition to the game, as far as like, it's really just cosmetic, honestly, when you think about it. And it probably would be a lot more work than it's worth for just the cosmetic nature of it, but it would look really cool. Now, the trading contract, the bales themselves that we sell that are extra won't be worth a ton of money, but still, 10,000 bucks is 10,000 bucks. We gotta take what we can get. I mean, that 10,000 bucks will repair this little tractor here. Actually, this tractor's probably only a couple thousand bucks to repair. Probably could have repaired it by now. Drop this off over here, go pick up the next piece while he gets a little bit of a head start. Like to have a way to schedule your workers or assign them to a field and they'll do all the work. Yeah, that would be cool. I think more worker interaction would be good. Actually, what I wish is that you could just hire workers that are like on a salary, right? I'm going to pay this, you have a list of workers that like, and maybe this is getting too deep into like role playing than a simulation game should be, but like where, maybe one worker has a little bit better harvesting speed. One worker's a little bit better at, I don't know, something else, they just do certain attributes better. And then you can just hire them. Say, okay, I want to pay them this really cheap worker that just, gets the job done. But you don't have to pay them hourly, right? You just pay them for a year or monthly or whatever, and they just, however long you use them, whatever it is, stuff like that would be kind of cool. But oh, thanks, Almighty Mosen. Appreciate that you joined. Is this normal FS22? Does the combine? Sorry, I'm trying to read it at the same time. Does the combine harvester turn off on? Okay, in FS22 there is an option to, in the options here, you go to, where is it? There it is. Automatic engine start. You can either leave this off or on. I like to leave it off because there's some equipment that as soon as you jump out and jump to another piece of equipment, it turns off automatically, right? Whereas I want to leave it on so that way that equipment will continue to run and, things will like a belt or something like that. Things that need to run automatically that as soon as I pull up to it, it'll start unloading into my tractor, things like that. So, or into my trailer. So I like to leave it off, but you can turn this on so it always turns on at the moment you jump into a vehicle, turns back off when you get back out. Oh, thanks, Lustgore. Thanks for joining again. Hopefully you can join again next week, and appreciate it. You are a Saskatchewan Roughriders fan. It's Canadian football. Oh, okay. Canadian football. Is Canadian football like similar rules as American football? Like it is, right? It's like normal, like, I mean, I know there's a few differences, I think, but it's still like with a football. It's like, what I mean is it's not soccer. It's the non actually using your feet football, right? Isn't it? Mm-hmm. Does the combine harvester turn off automatically when it's full? If you have no. If you have a worker... Oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yes. If you're driving through a field, it will stop harvesting if it's full. Now, if you have crop destruction turned on, you've got to be careful because it will continue to move forward and destroy crops, right? But, that's funny. But yeah, so if you're in a harvester with crop destruction turned on and you're the one driving, once you get the harvester full, it will just continue. You can just keep driving and you'll destroy all your crops. So you do have to be very careful there. If you're using a worker, the worker will just stop on the dime, right? It'll stop immediately as soon as it's full. And then you can just pull up next to it, unload, and it'll just keep moving on its way. So depending on which one you're looking at. You have 9 teams. Okay. That's pretty cool. I haven't watched football in forever. I don't know why. I used to watch football, like American football, all the time. And now I don't know. I just find more things to keep me busy, and I just haven't been watching it. A Grey Cup. Interesting. Not sure, I guess each team, each competition has their own cup of sorts. Why did the frames per second turn red? Am I misunderstanding? I apologize. That's probably why I stopped watching football, because I am also a Dallas Cowboys fan, and there's not a lot to be cheering on in a while for the Dallas Cowboys. So I kind of just stopped watching. No, that's not the only reason, but it is kind of funny. If I watch football, I probably do watch more college football than professional. I really like a lot of the college teams a lot of time. When I'm watching professional, I probably watch more players than teams. Like, you know, Peyton Manning, when he played, I'll watch him play. Because, I mean, I didn't necessarily like the team necessarily, but I like watching him. So, things like that. But in college football, I'm probably more of the college, like I'm rooting for the specific teams. I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and bring up another piece of equipment now. I guess we could get him started now, I suppose. Yeah, why not? I think we got enough mowed up. We could go ahead and get this going. Can we see how much he's actually mowed here? Close enough. It doesn't have to be perfect for grass contracts, thankfully. What is my college team? Well, my family is from the great state of... I say great state. It's a very small state. The state of Arkansas. So I grew up an Arkansas Razorback fan. And that's what my grandfather was. Both my grandfathers were, actually. My parents are. I've just grown up as an Arkansas Razorback fan. Obviously, they have not been amazing most of the time, but there's been a few years. They're actually very good in baseball. They haven't won in a while, but they're pretty good in baseball. And, I mean, they've done a few things in football a couple times. And then, of course, they have won the National Basketball Championship 96, I think. It's been a while. But, I don't know. It's just the team that we've rooted for forever. My other team, my secondary team, I would say would be the Texas Longhorns, just because I did go to UT for a period of time, and I grew up in Austin. And I think they're actually doing halfway decent now, though I think they did lose to Oklahoma recently, as usual. But those are probably my two primary teams. Oh, your frames per second turns red because there's too many vehicles in one area? I mean, that could be, I mean, you could try playing around with the graphic settings, or, I mean, obviously, this game can be, I'm sure can be graphic intensive if you have a lot of stuff going on. But, unfortunately, that would have to be very specific to your computer, and settings and things like that. Why did you stop over there, my friend? I say my friend. My son's being lazy. You're an Alabama fan. You're a college football fan for Alabama. Yes. Alabama obviously is an extremely good team pretty much all the time. So that is very logical. I am not an Alabama fan, partly because I am an Arkansas Razorback fan and they play in the same conference. Although I think I should say play in the same conference is probably a bad way to say that, because has Arkansas really actually competed with Alabama in football in a very long time? No. So it's hard to say they actually play the same conference. Blue Jays fan. Why refs wear the mask in baseball? Because they don't want to get hit in the face. That baseball, you're talking about the ref behind the plate. That baseball is coming at you at 100 miles an hour, and both the batter and the catcher miss. It's coming for the ref, and that is not a good feeling. I'm sure. I say I'm sure. I have been hit in the face with a baseball. Granted, it was Little League. It was not 100 miles an hour, but it still hurt for a kid that size to be hit in the face. Better contracts does not seem to exist on console. Really? I'm surprised, because like I said, it is. I know it is in the mod hub, like the general mod hub for PC. So I'm surprised that it's not on console. That's too bad, because better contracts actually is. I like it a lot. It's a good one. I'm not using it here, so I did turn that off for this one, because I know a lot of people can't access a lot of those mods. So I wanted to do this playthrough without, most of the mods that would be exclusive to PC. How was UT? UT was, I mean, it's a big school. I don't think it still is anymore, but the time that I went, it was the largest university in the world. The largest, they had the biggest population of any university in the world. So obviously very big. I think it's still very big. I just don't know if it's still got that can still got that title. You know what I mean? But it's, I mean, I used to have to park 2 miles from my first class. Like, parking was so bad. I didn't actually live on campus because like I said, my family, we lived in Austin, so I just commuted. But it was fine. I mean, I enjoyed it, honestly. I really did. I didn't complete my degree there. I actually went to a private college to finish my degree, but and paid way more money probably. But it's all good. It was a smaller college and I enjoyed it. Why the refs don't take their mask off? I don't know. I guess you'd have to ask them. What college hockey fan? I am actually, I would say I've never watched college hockey. Like I said, Arkansas Razorbacks, University of Texas. Pretty sure neither of them has a hockey team. I do live in Colorado now, so I know there are colleges here that have hockey teams. And we obviously have a Major League Hockey, or NHL hockey team. That's what I'm trying to say, here. So, but I haven't actually watched them. Didn't they just win, actually? Colorado Avalanche? Didn't they just win the championship like a year or two ago? You're on 16x map FS22 on PC. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to, without knowing the settings of your computer, I wouldn't know quite, which part is bogging you down. I mean, it could be the video card, it could be the memory, it could be the processor, it could be anything. More than likely, it's most likely the video card or the memory. I don't think this game is super processor heavy. I'd have to look at my processor percentages. I usually have that pulled up somewhere. I don't think it's super processor heavy most of the time, but it probably is very memory heavy, especially on higher details with a lot of vehicles. Oilers, yeah, okay. That is the, I know where the Oilers are. I don't remember. I mean, obviously the Oilers I know are from Texas, which are football, but they don't exist anymore. I forget where the Oilers in NHL are. I'll be honest. Where are they? I should know this. That sounds like that hurts. Yeah, getting hit with a baseball anywhere would hurt, especially there. But yeah, baseballs are not soft, are they? I guess I can get you working on the windrowing, my friend. Park this over here. It's probably my favorite windrower, actually. It's just the right size. I mean, they've got ones that are bigger than this, but they're like... Sometimes they almost feel too big. I think this is like just the perfect size windrower. Well, other than the windrowers attached to actually mowers. Those are obviously better. But this is the best one, I think, that's standalone. Or at least my favorite. Alright, let's get you going. Cool. Where can you sell sugar beets? You can sell sugar beets usually at the markets, right? In fact, we can look at it here. Sugar beets can go sell to the Feeding Grain South, Goldcrest Valley, or Johnson's Farmers Market. On this particular map, Goldcrest Valley is almost always the best price, even with paying the train fee. But you can also obviously put down buy the sugar mill or put down your own sugar mill and just put them there and sell the sugar. Edmonton Oilers. Thank you. I knew E was like in my head, but I just couldn't remember the name. Yep, thank you. I did my run through on Elm Creek currently, which you had mentioned doing. I bought 48 and 49 and cut 49 off, merged it with 48. That way I can place buildings on the upper part of 49. Good idea. 48, 49, yeah. So 48, 49 are, yeah, right over here. So yeah, you can definitely put some, obviously I did that. That makes this a nice big rectangular field, and then you can just put whatever you want in this little awkward shape here, which I think is perfect. And I probably will do the same on this map, actually, on this run through, because it's a good place to put a couple awkward buildings and then still have a really good sized rectangular field. Cut beets? I don't think you can sell cut beets, can you? Oh, you can take them to biogas. Oh, an animal dealer. I forgot the animal dealer. Okay. Yeah, I've never done the cut beets, to be honest. I tried the cut beets. I don't like the cut beets. And the reason I don't like the cut beets, unless they've changed it, the only way to do cut beets is under miscellaneous. No, it is under front loader tools. Obviously this thing. And I don't like this thing. There needs to be a better way to process cut beets, in my opinion. And maybe there is now, and I just haven't noticed and I haven't looked. But I do not like that little thing. I actually like, I think I've mentioned this before, I like the billboards in this game, all right? Because it's realistic to have billboards, right? That's just a realistic thing to have on a highway. And they get to advertise, like, things for the game, like DLC for the game, in a way that makes it sound like something that you can just go, like, it feels realistic, even though it's still just advertising a DLC. I just think it's funny. I really like it. Oh, thank you. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Oh, same time for me. I'm Mountain Standard Time as well, so the same time as me. Or Mountain Daylight Time, I think, currently, because we're currently in daylight savings, at least for another week or two, whenever it is. Hopefully someday they stop doing daylight savings, because I don't think there's a purpose anymore, but, you know, you never know. This game is so peaceful. Just kind of get in a groove and just do your thing. Obviously, usually when I'm not recording videos, I can just sit here and watch YouTube videos or movies or whatever. And just chill. And just do stuff. It's just it's like, it's a giant, Zen garden, I guess, in a way, right? I mean, it literally is. You're just moving stuff around on the field. Yeah, I don't know. It's just peaceful, I guess. I don't know. It's just, it's I would never have thought that a game where literally you're watching someone, like literally watching grass grow. I mean, it's literally what this game's about, would be either enjoyable or entertaining on YouTube, and yet somehow it still is. It's so funny. All right, let's get you dropped off. I mean, and then we got to go get the baler. Hopefully we can pull the baler up with this thing. We're not going to run it with this thing, because I think that baler's a bit beefier than the one we picked up. But we should be able to... Actually, we can run both balers. What am I saying? No, we can't. I was going to say we can run both balers, but we can't because we can't automate the baler. So, there's no point. I wish you could, but it's alright. I actually kind of enjoy the baling for some weird reason. I have not turned on music for this. I mean, I usually have music playing in the background on my recording, so if you guys would like me to put on the soothing music, let me know, but I figured enough conversation would be going by that it would be less quiet times, hopefully. I just use, you know, easygoing, free music for streaming and stuff like that. That's, you don't have to worry about copyright or anything like that for. Felt like it made more sense. By the way, if you are watching and you're getting interrupted by any ads or anything like that, I guess let me know. Obviously, I do still want to monetize this because, I mean, it's got to be... I want to make money if I'm going to be spending time doing something, obviously. But I'm not trying to be annoying. So I literally... All I did was I selected the defaults. Whatever YouTube had selected for defaults, I just selected the defaults. So if it's too many, blame YouTube. But let me know, I guess. I can think about... I'll consider, like, tuning that, but hopefully it's not too many. I'm going to try to... Well, for your farming simulator, I'm going to try to stream every Wednesday. So this will be a consistent thing for every Wednesday. I'm currently also doing a civilization stream on Saturdays. And then starting next week... Yes, next week. I'm going to have... initially, I'm going to do a motorsport manager. Not motorsport, sorry. F1 manager. I'm going to do a... I'm going to start a new Let's Play by streaming the first 2 episodes or whatever, and then I'll continue off from there. Oh, sorry, Mr. Van, I'm talking and not paying attention. And then I'll continue the rest of it as a recording. And then I'm going to move over to Football Manager the following week, because that's when Football Manager 24 comes out. And I'll do that for 1 week. And then I don't know what I'll do with Monday after that. Like, Mondays will just be like a whatever day. Saturdays will still be Civilization or some strategy game. Wednesdays will still be Farming Simulator for the foreseeable future. And then I'm going to add in Mondays for... insert game here, you know, whatever I feel like at that point in time. More of a variety thing. I know that most people, like by far, most people watch my farming simulator content, and so I'm sure a lot of you guys are not as thrilled about the other content as I, you know, whatever. But I started with Civilization. That was the first game I started doing, and some other games like that. Those are my bread and butter. I love the strategy games, right? And oh, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. But I personally like being a variety YouTuber because I just enjoy playing all sorts of different games. I think if I only did Farming Simulator, I would probably get kind of burnt out, to be honest. But I could also see that there might be more value if I was just a exclusive to one game type of person. There are plenty of people that only do one game that are very successful, so I know it definitely works. I have not played Spider-Man yet. I've seen it. I've seen, like, obviously, advertised or whatever, but I have not tried it out yet. Yes, FS22 is a great sit back and relax game for sure. Just chill. Just kind of enjoy the scenery, enjoy whatever, you know? It's just good. Come on. Come on. You got this. You're almost there. You got it. You're doing good. It's the little tractor that could. And somehow, he's growing on me. This little tractor is actually growing on me. I don't know why. All right. We're going to park you right there. We're going to move over here. How are you doing, son? Oh, you're doing quite well. You just finished just in time. Now we can do the baling. I guess I could send the tractor back to pick up the oh no, this one doesn't have a trailer. I'm gonna have to buy a trailer because I definitely don't want to. I don't like those little forklifts. Those are annoying to me. Or not the forklifts, but the little fork things that you put on the front of the tractors and the back of the tractors for bales. I do not like those. So we're gonna have you start doing the bales, but before I do that, let's grab Mini-Me here. Whatever you want to call him. What's the name of the little oranges? Cuties? We'll call him Cutie, because he's a tiny orange. I'm sorry. And we'll just get him run down to the store while we're doing this. Actually, I think you can come all the way over here. Successfully. I don't know. This is dangerous letting one of my sons drive on the road. Driving on the field's one thing. Driving on the road at their age, probably not the smartest move. I actually like this tractor. I don't know why. I like the green on this tractor. It's just kind of a... I don't know. Kind of dig it. Alright, let's go. Alright, turn on baler, turn on automatic drop, lower pickup. Let's... Oh, what size do we want? We want to do... This is hay, so we can go as big as we want. So actually, let me turn it off for a second. Oh, this doesn't have sizes. Never mind. We're just going to get one size. I guess I could have used my other baler then. That's alright. It will all work. Oh wow, this thing unloads fast. I don't feel like they normally unload that faster unless I'm just misremembering. You're watching while at work so you can relax. I appreciate that, Rob. Hopefully work is going well. I appreciate the support and the kind words. I don't know, it's just the way my mind works. I like to talk things through. I know some people are annoyed by it. And I get it, I guess. I mean, some people say I talk too much, which I'm not sure if I've ever really understood, because I'm like, do you want me to just not talk at all? Like, I don't know. But I don't know, I just like talking things through. It's how my flow of consciousness works. Interestingly enough, in real life, I'm a very shy and quiet person for most of the time. Like if I go to like a party or something like that, I still talk to people. I just sit there and just do my own thing. I'm very, very quiet normally. So I would definitely say that doing YouTube has gotten me a little bit out of my shell. Well, it's probably pretty normal for most programmers to be very quiet, to be honest. I mean, not all of them, obviously. I mean, but I do think most of the people I work with are relatively just do their job and do, you know, it is what it is. Come on. I'm not used to how fast this thing is unloading. I usually back up so I can get the next little bit, and it's like, it's already dropped on the ground. Oh no, I'm getting quiet. I need to keep talking so nobody explodes. What's that the game? Keep talking. I think it's what it is. Keep talking, nobody explodes, something like that. I forget what it is. I've seen that before. Thought about trying other farming games. I mean, I did try, what was it, Farm Manager or something like that a while, like not that long ago. That was more like a top-down, like almost like real-time strategy kind of view of the world. But I know there's other similar kind of farming games that I've just never really gotten into. Surprised we don't have a bale in the middle of the highway already. Oh wait, do we? Oh, that's a sign. Okay, I thought I saw one up there. It's just the sign. I think the last time I did this field, a bale just kept rolling down the highway. Oops. Sorry. Didn't notice. I was not paying attention. Excuse me. Just don't mind me. Just over the bale. There we go. See, that's how we do it. Tip it up. Now it can't roll away. Working as planned. That's what I get for not paying attention. Really need to get the square balers. I like the square balers so much more because I can just keep on driving. Well, I don't think you really see square bales. It's not around here for sure. I think most of the fields I've seen around here are all just the round bales, which seems pretty normal. Wow, thought it was later than that, actually. It's only 9:50. Actually started, for the first time in a very long time, actually probably forever, to be honest, if I were to be perfectly honest, the first time since I was in high school, I've actually started working out recently and, like, trying to get exercise and get active and things like that. And I will say, the first few weeks of exercise, when you haven't been doing it for many years, is very exhausting. I think eventually it will work out to be more energy, but right now I'm like, oh man, I'm tired. But it's good. I want to get in shape. I like going hiking outdoors and stuff, and obviously I live in Colorado, so a lot of the hiking is up very steep inclines, and I definitely want to get more in shape so I can do more of that, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. Although I also have a Ford Bronco, which obviously is an off-roading vehicle. So if I don't feel like hiking some days, I can cheat and just drive up whatever I want to drive up. I'm disappointed though. When I ordered mine, they hadn't announced the Bronco Raptors yet. So I got the best one that I could get at the time. And then the Bronco Raptors got announced like a month or two after I got my order in. And I'm like, really? I would have just gotten that. I still like it. I love my vehicle. It's so much fun. I'm sure there's some diehard Jeep people out there that are like, boo, Broncos, but I'll say this. I owned a Jeep for a week. Literally, I literally bought a Jeep for my wife for 1 week. And we drove it on the highway after she'd driven my Bronco. And we were like, nope, So we took it back and we paid a lot of money for a Bronco because we were just like, nope, we are not. This is not fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jeeps are amazing off-roaders. Absolutely amazing off-roaders. They are just not as comfortable on the highway. And we do a lot of highway driving because we still drive back to Texas to see family. So yeah, that's why we have 2 Broncos now. His and her Broncos. All right, all the bales done. Good stuff there. I guess I forgot to bring the trailer up. Oh well, we'll grab our other guy to bring the trailer up that we're gonna have to buy. Which one are we gonna get? Let's see. Like I said, I was gonna grab this one for my own fields. I mean, we do have a tractor. I could grab a better one. Nah, this one's fine. This one holds. It's not gonna be that many trips, and it's actually really cheap. So we'll grab this one. Bale trailer. I really don't like the red, so we're just gonna make it black. And everything else looks good. And we will buy this because this will be our trailer for our stuff. I feel like this tractor could fit inside that baler. Like I could just pull it inside and park. That thing is massive. Even though this tractor supposedly has the horsepower for that thing, I still feel like we're going to have some issues with it. So we've already got the baler. We've already got the trailer. We've already got the... So we just need the windrower. And the baler comes with the wrapper. So all we need is the windrower. Yeah, we're good on money. Wow, we are actually really good on money. This is going to go well. I mean, this first stream here, this first 3 hours is going to be a lot of the initial setup. But I think we will start ramping up some money very quickly and be able to buy the equipment we need to actually start doing normal crops and things like that. And work on our cakes, which I think is still going to be the plan. Because why not? Come on. Come on. You're hauling basically nothing, my friend. He's literally struggling to pull himself up the hill, which is what's happening here. This tractor would not survive on Valley Spring. Let's put it that way. That thing's got hills all over the place. Well, I guess on most of the roads, it's not very hilly, but a lot of the fields are very hilly. I'm really enjoying that Valley Spring map. I'll be honest. It's a lot of fun. I like a lot of the maps, though. I mean, just different things. I mean, this is probably still my favorite map. I like the way this one's laid out, honestly. But there's a lot of other cool maps out there that I enjoy. And I definitely will be trying more maps. I think there will be more to come, I'm sure. All right, we're actually going to swap tractors here because this thing is just going to struggle once it gets loaded down. It's all good. Come on, little cutie. You can park over there. Grab you. These are 125s. We can hold what? I forget how many we can hold. I think it's 6, right? Yes, I'm cheating with an autoloader. I've got to enjoy the game too. It might be cheating, but I still got to have fun myself. And I do not like the forklifts. All right, let's go. Although, is it really that cheating? Because if I bought one of the actual bale trailers, those things autoload, right? I mean, they kind of autoload. They do the whole, the loading part of it is automated. So I could have just bought one of those, and it's basically the same thing. Where am I going again? We are going to... What is this? This is the Johnson's Farmers Market. Cool. What's the best way to get there? Probably up the back road here. Yep, all the way up that. Cool. The autoloader is on console. Oh my goodness! Wow. I get it. It is on the Giants. You know, the in-game Giants mod hub. I'm surprised. I actually thought that all of those were on console. That's the reason why I usually just go ahead and grab those, because I'm like, okay, people on console can follow along. That is annoying that that's not on console as well. Interesting. I mean, I could make do if I didn't have it, obviously. I mean, I've used forklifts and things to load stuff up. It's just, it does get very painful. I mean, for bales like this, like I said, I would just grab the normal trailer that does the tipping for you. But for like stuff at the store, you know, like pallets and things like that, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Because at least those are square most of the time. So they do load relatively easily. I think the autoloader should be in-game. I mean, I think it could be an option in-game. You know, some people don't like it, turn it off. Some people do like it, turn it on. I think it should, but I just think it should be there. Because why not? I mean, it's just... If you could turn off plowing and things like that, which I don't find anywhere near as annoying. Like, plowing is like, whatever, just run over the field a couple times. It's not a big deal. But if you could turn that off, why can't you turn off loading? Loading is... I feel like there's definitely more people that are annoyed by loading than plowing, but maybe I'm wrong. I want to keep going here, I forget. Yes. I mean, to your point, you said, Anthony, earlier, that FS22 is your sit back and relax game. if using a forklift triggers me, that's not very relaxing, is it? So I definitely feel like autoloader, it definitely keeps the relax and enjoy vibe going, at least for me. I'm sure some people love it. I'm sure some people absolutely love using, you know, all the little controls to lift things up and do things with, but still haven't done horses on this version of the game. Huh. I've done cows, I've done pigs, I've done chickens, obviously. I haven't really done sheep, but sheep are pretty easy. They're pretty basic. I mean, I might do sheep at some point, because why not? But they are relatively basic. But yeah, horses... I mean, horses are kind of... I guess the big thing about horses is that you have to ride them, so... Which... Other than that, they actually are also pretty basic, because they only need a couple ingredients, which sounds like I'm making a horse, but you know what I mean. I might do horses on Baling Spring, you know, because I like the fact that the Baling Spring you can do the baby horses. I forget which one of these it is. This one, isn't it? Oh, we're not? Is it the other one? Don't tell me I have to actually tip these. I never have to tip them on the other game. Are you kidding me? I have to actually tip these on this map? Are you kidding me? Yeah, okay. I mean, I know I can unload, but... Okay, let me just unload. Let me unload on this other one. I think it's this one on the right. Which side am I unloading on right now? Unload left. Let me change that to unload right, and... See if I can just unload these here then. There we go. Okay. That's all it was. I don't know why this map, or this, yeah, I don't know why this map won't just auto-unload from the trailer like the Baling Spring one does, but that's alright. Problem solved. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fine. It worked at least. We got it. All right, thanks, Richard. I appreciate the support and the commentary, or comments, I should say. But yeah, definitely got to get those kids in bed. Speaking of which, oh, my kids are in bed. I don't hear them anymore, so I hope they listened to me and said and heard what time I told they had to go to bed. Although, what am I saying? Quiet kids are the scary ones, right? If you can't hear your kids, that's when you need to be worried. Okay, yeah, I don't know why. That's weird. The bales don't unload, but it's no biggie. We got it working. Now, I know the bales technically, like, you can transport more volume with bales, right? Like, especially if you get the really big trailers that hold like 24 bales. But I still like just doing the forge wagons better and things like that. Just filling those things up, but they just don't transport as much. And plus silage, obviously. If you're gonna do silage with that, you have to put it in the bunker. So probably bale for silage, for grass silage especially. Bales are probably still the best way to go. Now I know, how long does it take? It takes a few months for the bales to actually ferment, doesn't it? Or do they ferment instantly? I can't remember. Do I get that? Do I have that one backwards? No, they do take time, don't they? Unless they're for a contract. I think the contract, you just turn in whatever. But I think when you're actually doing your own bales, you have to like let them ferment for a few months. Yeah, better check them. Yeah. Well, thankfully I do. My wife is still out there somewhere, so surely if they were misbehaving, she would have already scolded them. Although I did just remember my oldest is out at a Halloween thingamajigger tonight. Wonder if she made it home. I should probably check to make sure she's at least home. Let's see. She is home. Although, she apparently wants to talk to me later, so I guess I'll talk to her later. Take about a month? Okay. I couldn't remember. Again, I don't do bales very often, unless they're for contracts, so I couldn't remember exactly the amount of time, but a month's not that bad. Wait a month, drop them off, everything's good. I like the addition of sorghum on this version of the game. It's pretty cool. I just sorghum over there, isn't it? Yes, I think so. So I'm glad they added some new crops like that, but it'll be good to see more, obviously. So I'm really looking forward to the carrots, although I'm assuming the carrots will require special equipment just like potatoes and sugar beets. So I still will try them, but they probably will be annoying from the perspective of expensive equipment that, you know, you have to have big fields to justify the cost of, you know. I thought there was more crops they're adding, but for some reason I'm just not remembering off the top of my head right now. This trailer will almost finish the contract. Guess what I could have done is I could have had my... Well, if that other tractor could pull this, I would have it haul this load while this tractor goes back and picks up the little forks and just at least make it a little bit faster, but it's all right. We'll get through it. No biggie. I think we'll have time to get to our first load of our own personal silage before the end of the stream. This contractor only takes another 10 minutes or so. Drop these last few bales off, and then after that, we'll be able to fast forward to grow our field, get that mowed off, and go from there. Oh, we don't have a mower still, right? Yeah, that's what I'm missing. I'm like, the math was like, I know we're missing something. We still don't have our own mower. Okay. We will get that shortly. I mean, this thing's hauling 27,000 liters right now. 27,000 liters in a trailer is is a lot of like crop or whatever, a lot of grain and stuff. Bales are just very compact. Like this trailer itself, it was fully set up with the side panels, only holds 12,000 liters, I think. So obviously you get a lot from your bales. I've been spoiled. I was doing some recordings for the Valley Spring one last night, and I've been using the really nice mower on that map. It was from a contract, don't get me wrong. I haven't paid for it. It's not mine. But I was using the really nice mower, and that thing is so much fun. I love that thing. Probably my favorite piece of equipment in the entire game, but I don't know. It's funny. I'm looking forward to this run. I don't know why. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I like the Valley Spring one. I really do. But obviously there's different rules we're running on that one. We're running more of a reputation system with the contracts and things like that. This one, I think, it's because it's a little bit more vanilla, right? I don't know why. I'm just looking forward to how this is going to turn out. It will be interesting to see if we bake our first cake, like how many hours quicker we bake our first cake compared to the Let's Play. It's going to have to be many hours quicker. I feel like it's going to be so fast compared to that one. But hey, like I said, that was my first run. I made a lot of mistakes. What can I say? Unload. One bale short. Not even a full bale. Where do we actually want to sell this stuff at? I do have this mod that like tells me where the best way to place to sell things is. I don't feel like this is more of a... I still feel like this is more cosmetic than anything, because obviously it just saves me from looking at this screen and doing all the math. So that's the only reason I have that one. But it's just it's called time-saving stock check. That's literally all it is. And so we actually see that we have $2,000 worth of bales sitting over there, and it will be Johnson's Farmers Market is the best place to sell them. Like mods like that, I'm okay with, because again, they're not... It's not like it's changing the game. It's just compiling information in a different way, right? Like I have mods for telling me the status of the field, so I don't have to go look at those menus, things like that. Those types of mods I feel like are just very, like I said, I call those more cosmetic than anything, because they're helper mods, not change the game mods. I mean, the only mod I think I have that actually changes the game is the one where my workers don't cost me anything because they're too young to pay. I can't pay them. They're too young. They get paid in gummy bears and whatever. I don't know. Whatever they like. I was talking about watching Marvel with my daughters earlier. And with my sons, we started Star Wars. Finally. They're a bit younger. But my sons are a bit younger than my daughters. So, but I felt like Star Wars is obviously... Like the first time I watched Star Wars was in 5th grade. I watched it. It's like the very first Star Wars in 5th grade, and yeah, something like that. I felt like that. So I was pretty young, so I felt like it was a good time to watch that with them. Star Wars is pretty harmless from a adult content side of things. There are like certain concepts that might be a little hard for a kid to understand. But they just like the spaceships and the lasers and stuff, right? Like that's all they care about. Like who cares? Although my kids are pretty smart. They actually understand the story pretty well. And I will say this. My boys love the Star Wars Lego games, which means they know the story better than... Like, they already know the story going into the movies. So it's actually pretty cool. They already know everything about it. I love the fact that all my kids love video games. I know some parents shy away from you know, screen time and stuff like that. But watching my children, like their brains develop and like the creativity they have when they play Minecraft and just the intelligence, like their ability to read because they played video games and learned how to read in video games, and like their reading grew so quickly, and just other concepts that they've come up with, you know, it's fascinating. I get we should limit some, like you got to take everything with a level of moderation, you know, even good things, like good things still need moderation, right? I 100% get that, and I agree with that. But I think video games, it probably depends on the video game. I guess I would say, but I think there's a lot of really good video games that help kids learn and grow, and just like I say, watching it from my own kids, it's amazing. The things they've come up with in Minecraft, literally, like my kids have been playing Minecraft since they were 4 and 5 years old or something like that. Like something like that. And they used to build, even at 5 years old, the most ridiculously amazing contraptions and buildings and whatever it was. And just their creativity is just, it blows your mind. I love it. Oh, we are literally going to have one bale left over. How annoying is that? Oh, okay, that's all right. Funny thing is, I actually came over here and scraped a little bit of this side just so I get that one extra bale. I should have checked the count and realized that I should have just left it in the baler, because it would have just sold automatically when I completed the contract. That's all right. Guess what I could have done is, you know what? I still might, because it would be a little bit shorter of a trip. Let me drop you here for a second. I'm going to go grab the little front fork, and we'll just pick up that last bill on that. It'll be a little bit of a quicker trip, because obviously the store is a lot closer than going all the way to the thing and back, and then back and forth again. So we will do that. I almost went the wrong way. I mean, if my kids were playing like Call of Duty all the time, nothing wrong with Call of Duty. And I have no problem with, not yet, but when my kids get a little bit older, they start playing Call of Duty. But I don't think that was quite as educational in a lot of ways. But, so I do think there are some games maybe along those lines that are more purely entertainment and fun. Although there are still things you can learn. Teamwork. I mean, if you play shooter games like that and you learn teamwork is still a valuable lesson to have. My first job interview for the job that I have today, that I've had for over a decade, I literally talked about my time playing World of Warcraft and how I developed good team building skills by figuring out how to accomplish a task with, you know, I guess at the time, 24 other people or whatever the size of the raid was at the time, you know, at least, you know, 19 other people, you know, and how that takes a lot of planning and cooperation and communication and things like that, which is obviously all the skills that you would want to have as a successful employee of a company. So, I mean, I'm not trying to go too far with that. Like, obviously, there's a little bit of a stretch there, maybe to some degree, but I do still think video games in general, there's a lot of things you can learn. Again, if you're with moderation and with the right kind of mindset. All right, we're going to get this last bale picked up, haul the trailer, drop the contract, make a good chunk of money, and be able to move on with our own farm. We might not have to do many contracts, to be honest. I think we're going to be in a pretty decent place. And we still need to get, you know, a couple more pieces of good equipment. Basically, we need enough money to buy a good harvester and things like that. Probably a better field. Truth be told, the fields we've got right now are probably just going to stay grass fields for a while, because they're not worth much else. They're not very valuable for much else because of the size. So we might have to kind of run the grass for a bit until we can get enough money to get a better field. All right. Oh, that's the one that's tipped up. I forgot I tipped this one up. All right. We'll have to knock it over and hope it doesn't roll. It's pretty flat here. We shouldn't roll away. Oh, good. Thankfully, I only have to pick up one of these, because if you guys have ever watched my recordings trying to pick these things up, it is not... It's pretty entertaining. Oh, let me see. Probably to... are you really stuck? Why are you stuck? How did you get stuck? Okay. What? Oh, there we go. I was like, what? What, is it just gonna stay? We're just gonna drive to the store with this thing stuck to the side, I guess. Alright, good. We knocked it over. That was a little weird. Okay. How do I do this thing again? I always forget how this thing works. Oh yeah, unfold. I was like, I'm missing something. And this is why I don't do manual loading. You're gonna see how bad this is. It'd be nice if I get this the first time. Oh wow. How did I do that? I'm not normally that good at this. Alright, well we got it. Good stuff. Now go grab our trailer and take this all in one trip. And I better be careful. I'm gonna start looking like a professional here or something. You guys might get the wrong idea. No, I don't think that you'll never you'll never get that misunderstood. Professional. Oak Hollow Caves. Ooh, let's see. Next week would be... Oh, is next week the November 1st? Yeah, it is. Okay. Right? Today's the 25th? It is the 25th today. Yes. Okay. Make sure my math is right. So yeah, next week is the 1st. I was going to say next week's... I could like... I know there's some mod packs you can get to like add like Halloween elements to it. That'd be kind of... I could throw that in for... I should have thrown it in for tonight's stream. It'd be a little weird to throw it in for the day after Halloween next week, but that's alright. The cave thing just made me think of that like a haunted cave or something. Would be kind of cool. Come on, you can do it. Let's go. Let's go. How long does this contract take? About an hour, I think? Something like that? Maybe 40 minutes? It do take a little while, but they're still pretty valuable. I mean, the hay ones, like I said, are not quite as valuable as silage, but still pretty good. You know, while I'm thinking about this, let me stop for a second. Since we're almost done with this contract, let me go grab you. Get you just driven back to the store so we're ready for whatever's next. Get you down here. Save me a little bit of time. That's the whole point of the free workers, just to save a little bit of time so the stream goes a little bit more smoothly. Not that I think most of you guys probably wouldn't care too much, but for my own sanity, I guess. Speeding up a little bit is just a nice, convenient thing. Still want to do a lumber map at some point. I've never really enjoyed lumber, but the idea of building a roller coaster is just something that fascinates me. So for the sake of like putting all the pieces together, because I think you have to get the metal, you got to get the wood, all that kind of stuff. For the sake of doing the roller coaster, I'm someday I'm going to do that just because I think it'll be different. It won't be farming simulator. It'll be lumber simulator at that point, but it will be different. Oh, this is our trailer. I totally forgot this was our trailer. So I'm gonna have to come retrieve it later. Let's unfold. So I think that unloads automatically. And then we'll just come over here. Unload. Nice. Good chunk of money. I guess what I could do is I could just have you driving back to the store for me. So I can have the trailer back at our side of the world while I figure out what's next on our list of things to do. Let's just bring you back to the farm. That'll work. It's close enough. All right, so you're almost there. Let's grab our baler. We need a windrower. So I guess we'll grab the windrower first. Like I said, we still need the windrower. We still need the mower. Right, for our field. And we're about to have another 10,000 bucks. We'll have 60,000 bucks to get a mower, which I think, again, we're still probably just going to go with this one. We can't do a front one at the moment. Unless there's a better back one. Like, again, this one, I just can't tell if this goes all the way across. I think that goes all the way across. I can't tell. I really can't see under there. No, I think the blades are split. So I think you still need the front mower for that, maybe. It's hard to tell. If you guys know, please let me know, because I do prefer the ones. Since we don't have a front mower, I need to get one of these other ones, but I think we'll just grab, I think this will be fine. It's going to be, this will work. This will work for us. 80 horsepower is going to be really good. So we'll go ahead and grab this so we know that we have it. I guess I could wait and see if we get one up on the used lot next month, because we don't need it urgently. In fact, we could probably just wait for the windrower then, come to think of it. Yeah, there's no point in getting either of those. Let me just take the baler back over to the store, to the farm. And then we will probably just fast forward just in case, on the off chance we get lucky and there is a mower or a windrower used next month. You know what? While I got, no, let me wait till I was gonna repair this thing, but I need to wait just a little bit longer till we get this first set of stuff done. Really determined not to have any loans. There's our other tractor right there. Will you fit in here? Yes. Yes. Okay, so making sure. We'll just park you in here. All right, let's grab you, drop off our trailer, and turn in the contract. Fast forward the game. Oh, I forget this thing doesn't have the house over here. I was like, what is this empty spot? Normally the house. Let's put the trailer off over here on the side. Cool. All right, that is that. Contract is done. Let's turn you in. Nice little chunk of money. And yeah, let's fast forward and get ready for grass. So our expected yield is 63%. So it is under yield because we didn't, fertilize or anything like that. But we just want to get one set done and then we can worry about fertilizing and everything else that we need to do. So it should all be good. Growth stage 2 or 3. So it should be ready next month. Or is it 3 stages of growth, then harvest? I can't remember. We'll find out. gonna say it's gonna be raining. Nope. It is ready to harvest. Good. That's what I thought. Just making sure. We got a forage wagon. I already talked about how much I love forage wagons. That's a nice little tractor too, actually. And it's got a front bit. Do we sell our current tractor and buy that? How much is our current tractor worth? Probably not a lot. 20,000 bucks, not repaired. That is not going to be enough, is it? Because we need to get the mower. Yeah. And initially this would be less horsepower. In order to get up the same horsepower, we'd have to go up to 62,000. So as nice as this is, we're going to have to pass on that, unfortunately. It's okay. We'll go get our other mower. We'll go get our other things. We'll be all right. There'll be more tractors in the future. Because that should be on the right-hand side since I'm the slow traffic. I'm going to look at my cell phone while I'm driving. And by that I mean, I'm going to go buy a mower while I'm driving. We'll just grab this one. So yeah, all we're missing is the windrower. Right? Because we're not tedding. Tedding is not worth, it's not worth as much, so. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm sure I am, but I think the windrower is all we need. I mean, if we have enough for the roller, we will get the roller, because obviously the roller is good for, not that roller, sorry. These rollers. If we have enough for that, we will, because those are obviously good for, don't they get the grass growing one cycle sooner? Because I think they'll still grow if you don't windrower, or don't roll. I feel like I've experimented this before, but it's been a while, so I actually don't remember what the results of that experimentation were. I want to say that the grass will still grow, but they grow one cycle sooner if you roll right away. I could be making that up. I don't do a lot of grass. Normally, I like to mow twice before I windrow and bale. So I could do that here, or I could just get some stuff going so we get some money. Probably this very first one, I will just go ahead and bale so we get a little bit of money. And then going forward, I'll probably do the 2-cycle. Just because it just means that the piles are stacked by bigger, and you're only having to, you know, do one passive baling instead of, you know, every time. This thing's only on the inside, right? Or is it, can you swap sides with this thing? I don't know if you can. Can't remember. It doesn't matter. Alright, slower, turn on, let's go. Guess I could be going over the edge here a little bit onto the grass that's on the side of the map, but I don't think it really matters that much. It's not that much grass on the side, although that one closest to the road, we might do one pass there. A little bit extra. Slow mower is going to work fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's going to be fine. I still prefer it to the ones that are trailer mowers or whatever you want to call it. The fact that it's attached just gives me more maneuverability, I feel like. Personal preference. Really not going to be a lot of silage off this first run. Obviously lower yield and only one pass, but just need a few $1,000 just to get, you know, that next big thing. Which basically the next big thing would be a either lime or fertilizer, one of the two. I mean, I guess we could kill two birds with one stone and get the same piece of equipment for lime and fertilizer, but usually I like the sprayers if I can get them, just because they're, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. They all basically do the same thing. It's one good thing about having small fields is it don't take too long to get them done. I honestly have no concept of how much yield we're going to get off of this. I don't really know. I mean, I think most of the contracts don't typically do all the lime and fertilizer and stuff like that, so I think those are usually pretty low yield as well. So obviously a field of this size on a contract would be, you know, a reasonably good number of bales. So I'm hoping we get a good number. I've had almost 100 people watch this so far today. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm sure many more will watch it, the recording after the fact, but no, that's really cool. This tractor's getting it done. It is not the most amazing tractor, but it is absolutely getting it done. And the built-in weight is actually very convenient, obviously, especially for this this particular mower attachment. I mean, just having that on there just gives us that stability that we need. Do one more pass here on the end. Why not? Honestly, might as well turn around and do one more pass if we can get it done. I know once you get a little close to the... Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Just because I know that it might mow, but I know there is a level once you get too close to the road that the baler and stuff like that won't run anymore. And if it doesn't run, it will annoy me. So I'd rather just... we'll call that good enough. If I have a strip of grass over that's cut that I can't pick up at some point, it will irk me. I guess I can grab this little patch here, but let's go to the other field. It will be all right. I like to color in the lines, okay? That's why I don't go outside the lines very often. I like to be inside the lines. Wait, why are you not? Oh. I lowered you. I didn't turn you back on. Guess we'll get to experiment with the rolling thing here in a moment, because like I said, I could be wrong. I can't remember what I know. I did the experiment of whether you had to roll grass or not. I just don't remember the results. We'll find out here in a minute, because I'm not going to go get the roller yet. We'll get that first bit of silage sold, and then we'll figure out roller stuff after that. Probably we'll make the roller. I don't know if we'll make it the first one or not. I mean, obviously, if it doesn't grow without rolling, which again, I think it still will. If it doesn't grow without rolling, then we'll definitely get the roller, because we need to get to grow again. But if it does grow, fertilizer might still be better. It's hard to tell. Anything we add to this will be more yield, so it won't matter, I guess, at the end of the day. Pick something and do it. It's a very, very long shadow over here. Kind of hard to see. This little field is almost not worth doing, but we'll get it done for now. Eventually, I might put a building over here once we get other fields. Actually getting pretty good yield off this particular field. I guess the soil is just better. I guess that's another thing. Now, do bales... I don't remember. Do bales gain value from the precision farming mod as well? I know... I feel like they do, right? It's just been too long since I've done them. So, obviously, there is more value in doing fertilizer than just the yield, if that is the case, which I think it is. I think the only thing that doesn't get increased value is selling animals themselves. I think just about everything else, products, crop, everything is all increased value from precision farming. So yeah, I guess that's a good reason to make sure we're doing all the right fertilizers and stuffs. We'll call that good enough. Pretty happy with that. Will you fit in this little nook here? Yes, you will. All right, now we just gotta go get our windrower and we can start making silage. About to get to winter, so we will have to skip a few months because that grass won't grow during the winter. But again, same thing with the Valley Spring one. We don't have any debt, so skipping a few months literally means nothing to us. Oh, I didn't check contracts. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We're not going to do that tonight. But that is a doozy of a contract and an amazing piece of machinery. $25,000. Let me check again. Which one's 71 again? That's the really big one down here, isn't it? Yeah, oh, that's this awkward. Yeah, I've done this one before. Yeah. We might be doing that at the beginning of next stream. Okay, so we needed a windrower. Never used this before. That's just is that attached to the front? Feels like that attaches to the front, maybe. I mean, I'd like to get this one. I mean, it's a little bit big for our size field, but it would make things quicker. It's 20,000 bucks. Let me think. 20,000 bucks. I feel like we can handle that. I don't think there's any others that I would really like. I mean, this one works. I'm not a big fan of that one. I think we can handle 20,000 bucks, can't we? I'm trying to think, what else did we need? Well, again, we needed the roller at some point. Which is here. Well, I mean, I guess we could grab this really cheap one. Yeah, we could grab any of these. These are not too bad. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite ones, but it's bigger than we actually need. This one would be fine. I forgot this one did planting as well, didn't it? We could have just gotten that. And we could obviously just get by with something like one of these really cheap ones. I think we can make it work. Okay, let's go with the better windrower. I like the windrowers. The better windrower is better. We saved money on the baler, so I think we can spend the money that we saved on the better windrower. Cool. Let's go for it. It might be a little big for our fields, but it'll mean we only have to do like 2 passes. I know, little tractor, you're hurting. I could see your little health bar over there. You're hurting. We'll get you soon enough. It's weirding me out that van is just staying right there. It's keeping pace with us. I stop. Will you stop? Yes. Okay. That's a little creepy. I think we're being followed. He's not even being, he's being very obvious about it. Go away. There you go. Go past me. Oh, goodness. And it had to be a van, too, right? Creepy van. following us. Cool. All right, or turn on. Let's go. We might not actually have silage before the end of the stream, but we will. I think we'll at least get to start the baling. And the main reason probably won't have silage is because if I do plan to do that really big contract, we will probably want to, like I said, save that for the next stream. That way we can do it before we fast forward and actually make the silage, or let the silage ferment. This little tractor's getting it done. I'm not unhappy. It was cheap, and it's doing it. Actually not sure what we're actually going to start with once we move off of grass. I mean, I feel like the logical choice is just to go ahead and stick with the bread stuff, right? Because the bread is still at least getting some value for the harvest that you're going to be doing anyway, right? And so you at least get to do some bread while you're getting the rest of the stuff put together for the cakes themselves. So it still feels like that might be an okay move. But, could also just start with strawberries. I mean, strawberries aren't worth a lot compared to, like, was it tomatoes? Is it tomatoes or lettuce that's worth the most? I think it's lettuce. Well, not worth the most. I should rephrase that. I think they're all worth similarly compared to how much water you put in. But I think the strawberries are more annoying, maybe is the better way to put it, because they you have to take more trips to the store with them because there's so much more of them. Whereas lettuce is more compact, less trips. So efficiency maybe is what I'm looking for. Maybe not value, but efficiency. I think the lettuce is the best value, most efficient. Almost not worth doing this little line here, but we'll get it done. Probably one whole bale right here, just on this one line. 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left. Yeah, we'll definitely get a couple bales made. You don't use the grass roller. Should I mow, windrow, bale, wrap every harvest time? I see that you mow, windrow. I think, again, I could be wrong. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I want to say that I have experimented and the grass roller shaves off one cycle. Like if you let it grow on its own, it's like it has to skip a cycle, but if you roll it, it'll actually start the cycle the same month that you mow. So like right now we're on, let me check. Right now we're on harvested. Whereas if I roll right now, I think we're on grass stage 1, which means we get the grass grown 1 month earlier than if we didn't roll. But you still get it even if you don't roll. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's how it works. I could be wrong. I feel like I really need to go back and find my own video that I did the experimentation for. 150, yeah, I'm going to try to do 150s on this. Because I think our baler will wrap 150s, so that'll be good. I wish it did 180s, but we'll do 150s and it'll be fine. Now, the funny thing about the rolling, though, and this might be where I'm part of my confusion is, you might not actually get more grass in a year, because either way, you still have to deal with the fact that the grass doesn't grow in, you know, the winter. So it might still just end up being the same amount of grass when it's all said and done, to be honest. It's almost like I did that experiment on my Swiss map a year and a half ago, and I just don't remember things from a year and a half ago, which I think is exactly what happened. My memory's not as good as it used to be. I'm getting old. Wow, suddenly I can't back up. What is going on? There we go. To do this right, we'll have just the sliver of the width of a baler over there on the left, and I think we can do that without windrowing that last little section. Yeah, we should be fine. Baler should be able to pick that up just fine. All right, there we go. Windrowing is done. Let's get you closed up. Grab our baler. We got just enough time to do at least a bale or two. Not really the best place to park this thing, but we'll do it for now. No, it's gonna fall in the hole. I know me. I'm gonna drop that in that hole and not be able to get it out. We'll just park it over here for now until we can get a real barn. All right, grab that. Grab the baler. Here's hoping this thing can actually pull it when it's turned on. I mean, it says it's 140 horsepower, but this is a pretty small little tractor. All right, we are going to unfold the baler. We are going to turn on automatic drop. Turn you on, lower the pickup, all that stuff. Let's go. I mean, it'll pull it. If we had any sort of a hill, we would be having some troubles right now. Absolutely having some troubles, but it's gonna slowly get it done. Oh, did I change the 150s? I did not change the 150s. No, that's all right. Got excited about getting to be able to do the baling finally. Forgot to change the other setting. I guess the other question is, are we going to sell the bales right away? Or are we going to save them for the best time to sell? I guess, again, since we can fast forward time without any penalty, we might just fast forward to the best time, but there's still value in selling them early and just being able to get stuff back on our field sooner. Now, the real question with the grass roller, and it's the same thing with the crop roller, because if you ever watch any of my more recent stuff, I don't do the crop roller anymore. And the reason for that is because the value that you get, the increased value that you get for rolling your crops, the same thing with mulching, is it would take dozens of crop yields to like pay for the cost of the roller or the mulcher in the first place. So it's like, yes, I get more yield, but if I have to harvest 12 times to actually pay for the thing that is getting me that more yield, is it actually worth it? I mean, eventually it's worth it, but 12 times is a lot. All right, well, that's 11 o'clock. We finished up this field. We got 3 bales already and almost another one. So not too bad. We'll turn off the engine there. And yeah, we will definitely finish up this next time. I'm not going to be playing any of this offline, so this will just be a stream-only save. So I will be finishing this up next time. Very likely we will pick up that other contract because that is worth a lot of money. And we'll go from there. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys did as well. I appreciate everybody that joined me either live or is watching the replay. Please like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Consider hitting that bell notification so you know when these videos go live. And also comment below because I do read all the comments. I try to answer as many as I can. And I just really appreciate all the support. I really enjoy doing this a lot. Hopefully we can get the channel to grow now that I'm doing more live streams, things like that. Next live stream will be on Saturday. Again, Civilization. We're doing a run with Sumeria. And then the following one after that will probably be F1 Manager 2023 on Monday. And again, this one will be on Wednesday. So again, I really appreciate everybody joining. I'm having a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys are as well. And I will see you guys next time as soon as I can figure out how to tab over and end the stream.